What's going on, y'all? It's Andrew or Elixir for episode 37 of the Misplay for Game podcast.
Hi, everybody. It's your boy, the first Tom of the evening, but certainly your favorite at home. It's your boy, TommyNT. Glad to be back for February 2025.
Hi, guys. It's me, Marcio. Bugs are really good. NSP sucks. No, I'm just kidding. It's me, TommyNT.
Hey, yo, it's your boy, DigiDread. What? You know what it is. Coming in for the stream as a special guest. Let's get it.
Yeah, we're so happy it's finally happened.
This is my Christmas chat. I can't begin to describe. When we started talking about getting guests on, I was like, Andrew, can you ask DigiDread? Can you please? I'm so keen, dude. This is going to be great. And of course, this is a great one, Dread, because we haven't actually talked about this in the pre-prep. It was TommyNT's birthday this last week at Locals. So my man is on the upward swing. It's been a big week for the Birdman.
Yeah, have you still got your birthday card?
Yeah, it's downstairs.
So we should have set it up.
We got him the ugliest birthday card you've ever seen. It's like a cutout one with you actually use scissors to cut out a pair of Minions goggles.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, and then the best bit ever was we told him there was another Tom, because we've already got a couple Toms at Locals. So we're like, there's another Tom. Do you want to sign other Tom's birthday card? So he signed himself his own birthday card. We got him with the one.
The worst thing is, Jambo signed it, and he signed it with "Happy Birthday, Bird Tamer." Didn't see it. I read that. Thought, oh, this card's definitely for me.
It's so peak. Oh boy!
Happy birthday, bud.
Thank you.
But yeah, happy birthday to everyone who's watching. The way Mr. Elixir does it, that I always think is cute, is happy birthday if it's your birthday, and remember to like the video. Speaking of liking the video, welcome to watching the live experience. If you guys are catching us on YouTube and Twitch, hello, thanks very much. Consider subscribing on Twitch if you're here. Twitch Prime is free if you're a student using Amazon Prime. You get one free of those ones a month. You just go to where the subscribe button is. It's like, if I remember my left and right, so it's like down there somewhere. Or no, it's like down way over there. And yeah, there you go. And you click that and it says use your Prime. Go ahead, it helps us out a bunch, helps us produce all the content that you guys like here for Misplay for Game, and helps Andrew put all the weekly effort in he does for all his projects, big and small. But we're gonna talk about big maybe later.
Yeah, we're still getting on that. You know, it's February now, so we're really in lock-in month. I was trying to get it ready by January. It's not. But yeah, also everyone that's watching on YouTube, appreciate all of you. But today is definitely a day that you will also want to have it open on Twitch. You know, we got the sub. You also get to light up the overlay. We got the fully reactive overlay. If you want to make the overlay do cool things, they're unfortunately all locked into Twitch for now. Also, you will want to be on Twitch because we'll be making use of the Twitch economy there, the good old mono coin. If you want a 600 stimulus check, it's right in there for hit and follow if you're a YouTube watcher and want to play along. We'll be doing that on Twitch later. But yeah, we got a happy birthday trick as a subscription message. So big thanks. And yeah, no, we can get on with the general happenings, fellas. How we been doing?
Boys, I'm gonna rip the band-aid off. I've had one of my favorite weeks of Digimon I've had in maybe a year. It feels like we did the tier list last week. I don't know if all of you guys have had a chance to watch that 2-hour train wreck. Thanks very much to anyone who has. We had a great time. We got to yap about the stuff we liked, and then at 1 hour 40 minutes, one of the 4 hosts of that episode says something beautiful. He says, Fenrir is really good, but Gallantmon's going to win the regional first because everyone's playing Gallantmon. And then 48 hours later, your boy gets it and won. And look, I'm not a first place regional champion with Gallantmon or anything, but I got to rep the kid, So,
hey, yo,
having a great week. Locals was fun. I played Nature Spirits. Went 2-2. TommyNT kicked the crap out of me with birds. It was awesome. Yeah, it's been a good one, man. Been a good time to Digimon and a good week to hang with the homies. What about you boys? How we feeling?
I'm just happy Gallantmon won a regional finally. Which, to be honest, can we just have the whole podcast talking about Gallantmon? I think a majority of us could agree that we could just talk about Gallantmon all podcast.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty sweet.
100%.
I'm very excited to talk about the is it OCE
National finals? Yep.
Yeah, national finals. That's it. Yeah, I'm very excited to talk about that. Yeah, it's been a pretty good week. Well, good week for me at the very least. It was my birthday, and I was only on birds that day because I got flashbanged by y'all being so rude and getting me a present, and the present being the gold Garudamon Ace.
Ooh, oh.
Yeah, the whole locals came through for the boy.
Yeah.
If he's the guy that goes out and he's like, hey, I'm gonna take the UK Digimon to day 2 of your nationals, then we get the man a gold Garudamon. He deserves it. Shout outs to Turkey Dinosaurs.
Turkey Dinosaurs and Grey Birds.
Angry Birds is good, but when you told me that you were gonna call the deck Turkey Dinosaurs, that left a great impression with me.
Yeah,
that's the one that lives in my heart.
Shout out to Seb for that one. But
it was really funny.
It was really sweet of y'all. I really appreciate it, and honestly, could see myself playing Birds again. The deck still kind of pops off.
Yeah, because like nothing's been hit, and surely like Medieval Gallant can't be bad, right?
Yeah, it won Taiwan.
It did, and it beat a Gallantmon doing so.
Yeah.
So best deck in format ?
Well, I think to be honest, I think like Birds is eating pretty well because it kind of falls into the whole like deletion aspect. If you are facing off Gallon, like delete me, mate. Come on, come at me, bro. I'm gonna get all my value in there. So it is in a very, very good position. I think it's definitely a slept on deck. And when you get that loop going, sheesh, that's where it's just go.
Yeah.
Face.
It's also really interesting in a huge scramble format and this came up in the OCE regionals as well, national final, sorry. But like a lot of people are like, why is this person not resolving scrambles? He should scramble here. And these are against hybrid decks where famously hybrid players do not leave Digimon on board. So scramble has to have your opponent have a Digimon on board for scramble to resolve. And I think it's interesting in a format like that Birds kind of also plays into that. They're not necessarily hybrids, but because they die at the end of a turn, they tend to be able to I'm not going to leave anything on board this turn, so you can't int me with a scramble or something like that. So I think that's an important part of where it can sit in the coming meta.
Mm-hmm.
It is really interesting as well that if you don't commit the Akiho early, the Akiho is then live to then go sideways during a scramble turn. So you can sometimes kind of just store damage. Like the deck already plays from thin air anyway, but in a format where black, purple, red are all really solid, and then obviously DP minus is still relevant in some matchups. The fact that you're just literally, I think the only red deck you lose to is Millennium, and that's it.
Yeah, kinda. Just because their deletion hate is so good.
Yeah, because it's just because of the removing you from trash before you can proc your undeletes is a big hole. But it's also such a entirely specific matchup. You don't play full Evo line, so Digivolve doesn't really matter. You're still just gonna get Digivolve back down to a thing that would die anyway. But what do you do? So it's really interesting to see that Birds. I just don't see how Birds can be bad into a meta where blue isn't the best color in the room.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
bounces definitely oh god. Dude, just bounce the hand bot deck. I'm like, oh bro.
The day they accidentally print a delay option that says when you would be removed, game's over.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All about killing master.
The first time Tricks hit me with the you scramble before you unsuspend. So you scramble Akiho, Akiho, give it rush, and then you unsuspend the Akiho again. I'm like, huh? Oh no, my bad. That sounds right. Yeah, sure, whatever you said. Yeah, it's a free rush. No worries. Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, Gallantmon has to set up the trash.
What's been the wave the last little bit of January for you, my guy?
Oh man, you know what? Obviously, Gallant. Just getting my hands on Gallant cards has been amazing. Obviously, been cooking in the lab like Breaking Bad, and it's just been beautiful just to play the deck. I just feel like Bandai just got the team in and was right. Guys, it's been a meme for a while. how can we make this deck?
We're gonna fix this.
Yeah, we need to fix this. We've got people laughing at us. How are we cooking? And it literally they just printed the cards it needed to pop off. The memory gain is crazy, and the fact that you can't necessarily stop it, you can't forget it. I'm like, oh, cheers. That's the target I'm going to delete, and then I'm going to get my memory gains and so forth. And just the consistency, just having another searcher, granted, does not search Gallantmon, which is still slightly annoying.
Red decks that can't find rookies, baby.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, it's just now fair. Well, not fair. It's beyond fair. That was his issue. It was too fair, and now it's beyond fair, which is great. I think it deserves that little bit of unfairness to make it somewhat compete. So that's one big highlight. The other one's gotta be the girl, the
yes.
Sindrel. Yes, baby. We got the promos, and I must admit, running the deck at locals was silky smooth, and it was good to just be kind of less reserved how I was playing, because our locals can be a bit ruthless. If you push out, you better expect your Digimon to be dead. They'll always have the answer. So to be just in that mentality of just like, you know what, I'm just gonna get set up properly, go in with a starter deck of Rissa, boom, and then push out promo, shoo, amazing, flawless. Exactly what the deck needed. Using familiar tokens at an earlier stage, it means that I can actually use the tokens that I forked out tons for.
Yeah.
A lot earlier, which is always nice. So just having that nice bit of early aggression is great. It enables you to just kind of overclock earlier with your Chaperone, and then you're just setting up nicely. So I managed to get third, which was nice.
Let's go.
Nice.
It wasn't even like easy matchups either. Like seven great Demon Lords. We already know how hard that is. Fighting is a card that stops everything, and bumping into my first like match were like first check rivals. I'm like, oh, this is great.
Gonna be one of those games. Huh?
Literally. And I overclocked as well, so I literally had no protection. Yeah. So I'm like, this is delightful. And then I went into a Brighton Crush. I'm like, oh boy, this is.
Never mind. I hate this game.
Why did I come to locals again?
Exactly. I'm like, am I even gonna get sweet mid at this point? So it was rough, but we did manage to get a draw. But our system at the moment's been trash. Like for some reason, we can't sign into the Bandai app. So it's either if we draw, we both lose, or obviously you got to win. So unfortunately, we had to do an old die roll. I lost the die roll, so that was that. But I was like, you know what? I took a game. I took a game of 7D. I'll take that. And then Zafargamon, once again, it's one of those where you kind of got to sit in raising a little bit.
Yeah, that matchup is funny like that.
Yeah, they get a lot of value off that, a lot of memory gain and so forth.
Zephyr is really good until they're playing into an empty board. And that's not very good.
Then it's just sort of looking at you like,
I will do 2 damage to you.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know what? I'm grounded. My mum told me not to come out. I'm like, sitting raising, it's safe here. So that was a nice bit of back and forth, but I did manage to take that quite nicely. And then the old infamous red hybrid. And obviously from my Ultimate Cup experience, when you had me on stream, man, doing it, and that was so bad. That was like 5. It would have done 5 checks if he didn't proc into Star Deck Shoe and actually got a promo shoe to give it minus security 1. I would have been dead. Similar thing happened, literally, and we managed to go. I managed to go 2-1 on that one. It was nice back and forth. I didn't feel so powerless just because of the new promo. The barrier, amazing. And yeah, Sindrel, seriously, give that girl an ace.
Yep. Yeah, we've got friend of the show. Shout out to DHM. Normally the Alphamon man, but he has a soft spot for the puppets. And he was telling me the first time I watched him resolve those cards that it was like, oh, the promo Shushimon's good, but it's like mostly barrier, right? And he was like, no. If they check it out as security and then the token dies at the end of turn, I pop any floodgate they put down. I was like, oh my God, you can't be floodgated now.
Exactly that. And then if you have a AX7 Orisa, suspend, get out of Digimon. Boom. That's not got like, I won't say summoning sickness, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We can
the rush combos go crazy.
I remember telling Harry when Scrambles came out, because this is another deck that's like, Scrambles is really good for this deck. I told him resolve Scramble first, suspend Starter Deck Orisa, unsuspend phase. Deadass, he said to me, no shot. I was like, yeah, that is how this card works. You get a free rush body and it unsuspends. Go off.
Resume.
Oh boy. Yeah, that deck is sauced. I love that. It's Yeah, one day they'll give it the ace and then everything will come together. I have been like quietly building all of that in the back. Basically, every time you put up a new profile, Jed, I'm like, okay, got to go to card market real quick. Just got to make sure, just got to keep my stuff on lock. Just check those promo prices real quick.
Yeah. honestly, it's been a slow burn, but like, I don't even know what it is, why I've decided to really go like in on the deck, because like I've gone and chased like the SPs and so forth. And I think it's just the playstyle is one. It's yellow, which naturally I'm not a yellow player. Like I'm born red.
I was gonna say.
I'm like born red, and then I kind of dipped in blue. Yellow was my most hated color, just because there was a player at my locals which used to play like literally security control and PTSD. I hated it, and then now I've kind of fallen into it because DP minus is just such a powerful way of removing things. Like you just can't get around it. So it's got like that, whilst having the kind of the aggro aspect as well.
Yeah.
And then the tamers, I feel like once again, Bandai just locked in and just like, you know what? Let's not just print fluff. Let's actually print 2 tamers that work fantastically. And then there's going to be obviously a third tamer, because I mean, like we've got Toonami Kanji, who's like on the Wacom pen just blasting them out. So there's already like a whole range of tamers that have been already done, and there's a space for Orisa there. So I'm just hoping, like, if there was a Orisa that printed that gained a memory, like by suspending gain a memory to get back turn, double overclock on a turn.
Oh, you sound like Andrew was talking to us about testing ghosts earlier today, and you're literally describing the exact thing he was doing. He was like, "How do I like execute twice?" It's like, well, you keep turn. That's what they need to give the puppets deck. Aggro decks need to be able to hit you 5 times.
I'm just saying, if you Analog Youth does work, but I mean, obviously, when you're popping like the tokens not having sources, one of your other level 3s that's native to your deck, Junkmon, does have a signature card. It is black.
No parabolic junk shenanigans.
Keep parabolic junking cards, bro. Start putting random black sources in your deck and parabolic if you want it enough.
Oh, the Chessmons are black, right? People don't play a lot of those, but they are black cards.
There's some good puppets. Well, obviously from the start deck, isn't it? It's like 2 pretty decent puppets. You're
not even having to find 2-cost black tie like I am.
Andrew, I love this for you because you get to do terrible things with bad cards. But if DigiDread says parabolic junk is going to go in Centralmon, I now have to commit to that meta. This man basically, it's like, like Bandai puts out those like press releases and it's like, here's all the things in the new set. Here's some sample deck lists. The video goes up 3 days later. I'm like, finally, the sample deck list. I can do this now. No, this is sick too. I hadn't even thought of this. When we were putting this episode together, I was stoked because it was going to be the Gallantmon guys all getting to talk about this. But you guys are also I think you guys might be the 2 like maybe most prolific Orisa enjoyers here in the UK. Because TommyNT, while DigiDread is using that card for good, TommyNT is taking it to Glasgow Regionals with puppet control and doing terrible things there.
I love ruining the format. It's what we do is
it's pretty funny.
People read Sister Mont Blanc Awakened. How dare you?
You should de-digivolve Sister Mont Blanc Awakened, Smile.
Hey, at least CL Awakened can be de-digivolved.
True.
Yeah, the real meta shakeup. Speaking of meta shakeups, I think, fellas, this is a good chance for us to talk about OCE because we mentioned Gallantmon. I would love to get in there. If you check our pod chat, Andrew, I've dropped the link in there ahead of time. Fellas, it was a big weekend. It was 3 days because I had misunderstood the weekends. I was like, I know they have Australian Independence Day around this point. So I was like, oh, when is Australia Day? And it turns out that's why the tournament was 3 days long. It's because in Melbourne, they were like, well, we can get the thing for Saturday, we can get it for Sunday, and we can get it for Monday. So I love that. I love 3 day tournaments. That was the sickness.
All right.
I want to do, before we get into this actually, because I love derailing this, but I've been waiting for this episode for so long. So old heads on the podcast know that when I started playing Digimon, it was BT6. And one of the decks, there was 2 conditions. My brother had to find me Gallantmon cards, and then he had to find me a deck that looked sick. And I started playing Gallantmon with DigiDread's BT6 deck profile. It's the first list I ever built in paper. This is not a bit. And when we finally got the confirmation that he was coming on, I didn't prep Andrew for this. This is a secret. This is a surprise.
Oh no.
I went on, I'm gonna drop the link in live chat. This is the link to DigiDread's BT6 Gallantmon profile. It still looks great. My man's was filming. But if you scroll down, Andrew, in the comments, is that Satyrsor saying love the deck? He's now the national champion of Australia.
No.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, man.
Well,
Click on that comment tree, Andrew.
Oh,
He's literally like, I've been wanting to play Gallantmon decks. I'm gonna take this.
That's so
It's
cool.
so sick.
wow.
Yes, a dude from 2 and a bit years ago, highlighting it up. This is the same guy. He went by Gallantmon Bread for the Bandai app.
Yep.
But this is the same dude. I watched the big 45-minute deck profile on Lost in Translation. So yeah, this is, like I said, we've been talking meta shakers, but DigiDread's been out here talking Gallantmon for longer than half the people topping with his deck have been playing. So, the heads bow to the OG. That's what I'm saying.
You know what? That's nearly bringing a tear to my eye right there. That's honestly, that's touched because that profile, the ratios. I look back now, I ain't gonna lie, that was some strong.
Dude, it took me 4 months to not play that many Atomic Blasters. I was like, well, it must be working. I swear to God, I was playing that ratio until BT8. I was like, I have to beat Diaboromon.
That's when options mattered.
Yeah. Take it back, boys.
That's when removal options mattered. Now it's either it's boost, scramble, training, maybe one removal if you're feeling saucy.
Yeah, you do like a little. It's like, I will not fight Tyrant today, and you queue in with 5 boosts.
Yep, very real. But yeah, do we want to start with the Gallantmon list from the guy that learned it all?
Yes,
Shoutouts to Gallantmon Bread. Big dubs, Satyrsor. If you guys haven't seen the Lost in Translation, big old head DigiTuber, but even before the TCG stuff, they did a really great deck profile on Lost in Translation Mon. It's like the YouTube channel, you can find it. Not only Gallantmon Bread, a giant super stand for the archetype, loves playing the deck, also drew the thumbnail art for that deck profile with like dope Gallantmon Crimson Node fighting Magidramon. It's very sick. So this is a love letter ass deck list. It is sick. Yeah, I wanna give my 2 cents real fast, then we can open this one up. But if you guys haven't seen any of the footage from the regional, it's amazing. And like this is like when you go back and watch the deck profile afterwards, he talks a lot about like, oh, this card isn't here because I value it for this specific interaction. Like he's talking about like, oh, I need BT17 Guilmon and BT17 Growlmon because the threshold increases matter a lot for the pops. And like you need them for the mirror, you need them for Mirage, and it's like, oh dang. And then he beat 2 Mirage. And it's like, oh yeah. And like his only loss was Purple Hybrid. And it was like, oh wow, like no wonder it was like so smooth. Everything in here is so thoughtful. And I'll go to bat for anything that plays Growlmon because that's still my favorite card, SD7 Growlmon. Big fan. If y'all ever find one of those stamped DC1 ones, you know who to call. Yeah, what are we thinking, guys? I think this list is butter smooth.
I'd like to ask a question first. What do y'all think of Cool Boy and Gallantmon at the moment?
Oh, you're gonna put me on the spot.
Yeah, I keep seeing lists that run it, and I'm thinking, Cool Boy's great. And then I see a list like this that wins, and it's like it doesn't run it. So I'm like, is it? I keep thinking to myself, it's bait. Just run because this is the options. Just run all the the good stuff, and then you'll find the pieces. But then you'll like see a turn where Cool Boy gets played, and you go promote Skillmon, Gil X, gain 1, draw 1, search 3, and all of a sudden you're just in such a winning position.
Yeah. Ali, you got any thoughts on that one, Dread? Before I have to defend myself to the court.
I think, to be honest, I don't think either's bad because logically it does make sense. Like, you know what I mean? Cool Boy is a facilitator for any X antibody decks, and naturally you are either on top of a Growlmon and then going into the X antibody, and then from there you're getting memory, you're getting draw, and so forth. Personally, I do kind of prefer just the standard having the Takato and the obviously the EX2 Takato Tamer, just because it caters to the overall game plan. I feel like with the support it's got now, I don't know if it essentially needs more in that sense. Like Takato, EX2 Takato is just so strong. And now we've got Inheritables like also Gainer's Memory on top of that. I don't know. I just feel a bit like it's got enough draw.
Yeah.
Personally, in my opinion.
The reason I'm sort of like asking, obviously, because I want to make a list at some point, is because I think the main issue with Gallantmon in the past has been we've been so reliant on EX2 Takato that if you do not see it at any point during the game, you were basically you lost on the spot because you just had no way to establish a board state and do damage at the same time. Nowadays, it does feel like we can get away with having at least once one is on the board, you're in such a win position. But now you don't need it on the board, so that you can you have so many memory gains. You can just slap down a Gallantmon X antibody unaffected and be like, oh, you better have an answer to this, because if you don't, I'm hitting you for like 3 damage. But I'll mention Henny here because he has been on a list that has had no Takatos. And it's been 4 Cool Boy and a Kota Demoto. And
the Kota is crazy. Every time I've tried it, the Kota makes me feel like a crazy person.
I think.
Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say that I feel like it depends on whether you treat this as Gallantmon X antibody or whether it is Red X antibody. Like Limitless frequently has it out for Alphamon, always calling it Black X antibody, which is always very funny. But like unironically, Red X antibody was War Grey X antibody before, where you do run your Cool Boys, your drawing, stuff like that. And it feels like the Cool Boy and Kota like heinous like combination is just this is just Red X antibody that happens to say Gallantmon a bunch.
Yeah, I will pass over to Tom now because I just want to know what your theory is in terms of like what's the best way forward for Gallantmon, at least at the moment in EXA. Because obviously in 2.5 it becomes a little bit more streamlined with the BT19 cards.
Listen, like I said, when I first got into Digimon, it was early days. I started really going to locals in BT6, and Harry was texting me about the starter decks when they got teased in BT5. I was like, you know what? Sure. I spent a couple weeks learning Agubond, and I was like, this is pretty funny. It's funny doing really big, dishonest damage to somebody. Like Greymon doing 3 checks and making it back to me. I guess I win the game. I play 4 Cool Boy in every draft of every Gallantmon list I've ever built since since EX8 released. I am trying to bring us back to a terribly dishonest BT9 format. If I get my way, I think there's an actual reason to do it, but for me, it's also that like if you get to go Cool Boy and you resolve it one more time than the other guy can handle, you're 2 ahead. They can't stop you. Even if they get rid of the Gallantmon, because, he's so protected. He's so protected now. It's so hard to get rid of. Just, not like 10 other things will do it anyway, but you just get to remake every single time because I've drawn 10 more cards than the other guy. So for me, I'm up on the Cool Boys because, like, yes, we still only have trainings in Guilmon to find Takato. And yes, I'll bot deck Takato on the search. But if I've had 1 Cool Boy down for 3 turns, he's drawn as much as a Guilmon search. And if I've done it 3 times and I've resolved everything and I've dug through the whole deck, you only really need to blitz Takato the 1 time to really go for like a game push, win the like whole thing on the spot. Because War Gallantmon is like I used to talk about like, we had a section on the show years ago about like, actually, God, it is years ago now, where we talked about like what would be the card that you'd have to talk ban lists for in an alternate world where everything was broken in a different deck. And it's like, well, I used to say, it's like, oh, well, all the War Gallantmons are amazing in Gallantmon. And BT12 War Gallantmon is, he's 2 memories. So, like, you can kind of fake needing the blitz if you've got X antibody. Or, like, there's, like, a million things you can do to cheat the memory back and forth. That when you finally need Takato, chances are the Cool Boys have gotten you there. And they're cheap. Like, top and bottom of it, the problem with Cool Boy was always that he costs 2. The card is diabolical for costing 2. It should have cost. Like in the modern Digimon, they print things like that cost 4. Yeah. Like it's bananas how good that card is. Like I think there are like cases for it. I'm not quite Henny he make a Jessmon GX out of it build. Like I see the vision. Jessmon does have blitz on his own. You don't need Takato. I've been trying it. My man TommyNT lent me some Jessmon stuff and a Magnamon X to try and mess around. So I've been having some fun with it. We think it's my Magnamon X.
I think it's your Magnamon X. Yeah.
Things go into an amorphous collection for the Jessmon. I haven't seen that Magnamon X since May. But there you go. That's how he lives. But yeah, I'm not 100% there on it yet. Henny's also the guy. So when Henny tells you to try something, you give it another 3 months to practice. And when I hooked up with Henny and we got to chat and talk about like what was going on back in Utrecht, he was like, dude, listen, it's an OTK deck. And I was like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, you got to try it. And I was like, awesome.
Yeah, like
So
he is building Red
appreciate
X antibody. Like
Mm.
he is building Red
But I
X
think-
antibody, and they just say Gallantmon on the cards.
Yeah, for real.
'Cause,
The
like-
other thing is like in Europe, right? We've all been to European events. They freaking love blue decks here. They're
Yeah.
everywhere. You can't go 4 tables without a Mirage Mirror. It's outrageous. If I need every card in my deck to draw me War Gallantmon X antibody, or I'm not ready for Mirage.
That was going to be my next point, is like the whole Mirage matchup. Obviously, depending on if you do have the X antibody War Grab, you cook it, you eat it.
Mhm.
And then once again, it's that bit of protection. Everything needs some form of protection, and that's where kind of Bad Eyes goes. It's like if it's got potential, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
You can sit out. You can be chilling. You be like, touch me, I dare you. But if you, but if you ain't, nah. It's like it ain't. And even to be honest, Gallantmon's good. X antibodies is great.
Mhm.
But we got to give some praise on the War Growl X like
Yeah,
that.
Card's a house.
There's
bro.
a reason that cards are common. That card's getting hit if it becomes a problem.
Yeah, they
Literally.
printed this one ahead of time to be a common to go.
This one took the juice. He just took it all. He was like, you know what? I'm going to give myself 3,000 DP. Treat myself, and then I'm just going to make you protected from bounce or return to deck. And then
Mhm.
if I happen to have X antibody or War Growl,
Aye.
I'm just going to.
Wait,
Take
the
some
protection isn't linked to
Yeah.
being an X
That's the
antibody?
thing you
No.
always get.
What?
It's sick.
We've gone through this so many times. Bandai have constantly shown that they put the wrong X antibody effects on Digimon. They tag the wrong things. It's always the best part of the effects never tagged. A
Mhm.
little bit extra, that's the X antibody effects. Like Garuda X. That you
Always
don't
gives
need
you
X-
a rush.
Always gives you rush. You don't need X antibody, but you just play that, add a card back, give it rush. If you have the X antibody, I guess you pop an 8 KLS.
Yeah. Treat yourself if you
Yeah.
fancy.
Yeah, they bring out the filet mignon and they're like, and the butter's free.
Yeah. Literally, that security tag makes a massive difference. And
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, when I faced off against a Gallant player, like I managed to stall with Syndrel a bit, but I'm
Mhm.
like, I said to him straight up, I'm like, if you had War Growl X, this would have been curtains ages ago, because
Yeah.
that additional security attack makes a massive
Yeah.
difference for that push. This card right here,
Yeah,
Bandai
they nailed it.
went in. Bandai just went in. Don't get me wrong, Gallant X is a stunning card, but this,
Yeah.
this is great.
This one's he's the new flavor of pushed. I love to admit this because this is I've played a couple games with it on DCGO. DCGO, shout out to the team over at the Huang Zero Discord server. They've been working on the good stuff. DCGO is where you go to find Bigfoot in the wild playing Digimon cards. And have you all had the pleasure of playing against purple-based Machinedramon recently?
Oh,
Where they
no.
where they like it's the Pagumon to mill stuff. They're playing the Ukomons to throw things away. They got the Raremon. Guys, that's a purple red cyborg. I promise you, I did not think this through. He went promote a Gazimon, evolve it into Raremon, the black and purple one, and then he evolved the Raremon into War Growl X.
Oh my
And then
God.
into Machine because it's red. And I went, oh my God, you can evolve in purple Machine now.
Ew.
So cards where they shouldn't be. Yeah,
Mm.
Gallantmon X contributing. Oh, he's also a cyborg level 5, just for
Just in case you need
a little
that
bit of
extra
salt on top. Yeah, I love when you find a card that's so good that people are borrowing it for like the dark evil versions of other existing decks. It's like, this is Tommy Tricks taking puppet control to Glasgow levels of like, what were they going for this card?
And this is what Bandai is all about. Like, I
Yeah.
think it's that kind of like this. What their whole design's been is like.
Mhm.
Obviously, you have the standard linear, straight, clear cutter, do what you need to do. But for the people who want to really dig deep and really experiment and get all the ingredients and cook something real nice,
Mhm.
it gives you that kind of expansion to do that. And I do respect Bandai for that. But at the same time, there's a lot of cards that they need to think, oh, this is a bit of a unique combination here. I wasn't expecting this. And then suddenly, as a community, we will, I don't want to say exploit, because it's not necessarily an exploit if it's there.
It's in the game. It's fine
if
to break.
it's in the game, yeah. So I say it's not really necessarily an exploit. We're just using the cards that they've provided.
I think really the design team, what they need is they need that one person that they lock in a room for like several days at a time with just like 4 cups of coffee and like his, daily allocated 10 minutes of sunlight and a red crayon. And they should just walk into the room after they're done and go, like, fellas, I've cooked up every diabolical thing we can do with the cards in the set. And they go, okay, we need to fix that, and we need to fix that, and we need to fix that.
I think that's why the ban list, well, not the ban list, but let's just say restriction list, because there's not been a
one
ban list, right?
right?
Yeah, one ban pair. But I think that's what it is. I think that the restriction list doesn't have so much of an impact because I've not necessarily had that kind of deep like look of like what crazy combinations that we can do. And granted, it's a massive pool. I get it.
Oh yeah.
But I'd rather lock it and pay a massive team to sort that out, just to make sure that things are just running silky smooth, especially for future sets there as well.
Oh boy! Hey, speaking of future sets, should we talk about the poster child Takamikazuchi taking second? That deck. It's if you guys thought you're like, oh, I'm sick of getting OTK'd. I have a certain release date coming out in February that's gonna make you feel even better.
It's fine. Bam was getting hit, right? Right,
yeah, well,
right.
I've begun. Last week something happened to me. We did the predictions about the ban list. We did the tier list and stuff, and then something happened to me 5 minutes before we ended the video, where I went, "Oh my god, they're not banning any of these cards. Nothing's getting banned. This is the World Championship. We're watching Worlds right now." But SetCon Worlds last year, so we'll see. I know Trix got to watching some of this because he and I were on Discord late night watching that. What time was it? Like 4 in the morning? We were doing ridiculous. We were not making smart life decisions.
I had work in the morning as well. I was spending my time wisely.
Yeah, I got up to edit that morning and I was like, I am broken. This was but yeah, shout outs to Vincent. This was in almost every timeline, I think Vincent would be the Australian representative, the OCE representative going to the World Championships.
Is it
in Tokyo
top 3 for OCE?
No, for OCE, I think it's just the one player.
That criminal.
Yeah,
which is even worse if you watch the match.
Yeah,
Vincent misplays game 3, which costs him the game.
It's like a Tyrannomon that has already fired and like can't get in the memory off the play an SOC card again. So it was just like clearly 3 days of playing your combo deck is where the brain starts to give up.
Especially with the day off in between.
It was like,
it's such a heartbreaker.
Like, no.
Yeah, just see it in his face. I'm gutted for him, but it happens.
He played super well.
We have an agenda to maintain here, fellas.
We do,
yeah. Sorry, my bad. Of course, if you're Andrew, hating on the Lugamon is like breathing for you. So. I don't know the list. We talked about it a couple times. I would love to get you guys and give your 2 cents on Fenrir because there's often things that people. Yeah, you've made your stance very clear, sir. But I think this deck is really it is a it's a Swiss Army knife, except one of the things on the Swiss Army knife is a shotgun, and sometimes you're dead and you couldn't do anything about it. But Dred, what do you think? You played a lot of Takamika. You played against a lot of Takamika.
I've faced a lot of Tami, a lot of this deck, let's just say, and I think this is just a perfect example of like how DNA decks, or the best kind of DNA deck that we've got, and I feel like when they kind of like obviously do like 2 lines and then fuse them together and all that, I feel like that's probably a little bit too slow, a bit clunky, whereas this is literally just chill out amazing, get set up, effing in trash, banging, push out. As soon as I see Lugamon push out, I'm like, game 2, let's it's like you've got this. Yeah. I know you've got this. If you push it out, then you should be killing me right now, or at least stalling. So yeah, I think this is pretty discovered in terms of the overall list. Like, there's no kind of outliers that I can see here. Ukamon once again puts a lot of pressure on the opponent, just because effectively you don't want to keep that on board. So it kind of forces the opponent to push out and deal with it. Otherwise, they're just getting more free value at that point. With this deck, you don't want to swing into security either if you can't kill, because if they just get some tamers out, get a few analogs knocked out of the security, it's like, oh great, yeah. Right, I'm just helping them out at this point. So yeah, I think overall solid. I think obviously the outlier is probably the new boosts.
Yeah, rape is crazy here.
Yeah, bro. That's the thing that I've
memory boost.
Delicious. Yum yum. Yeah, obviously I see the logic of that. Able to get you is that essentially to get you Kazuchi?
Yeah. Finds Kazuchi where the other ones didn't. It's nuts.
And the reason so it's weird because they could run Amber. The reason that you would run Grape would be if you were running trainings, but as we can see, he's not on trainings here. So I think it was like it just came down to personal preference, because in this list where the training's not going to whiff on an amber because it's yellow, it really is just down to what artwork you like better, because amber's going to find yellow purple, grape is going to find purple green, so you will find everything no matter what. Because it's not like there's mono red. Like anything that would whiff is a white card, which was never getting searched anyway, so it is literally just like I feel like it.
This deck is like, every now and then it feels like maybe it's not always purple decks, and I don't want to sound like I'm being like, God dang, purple decks every time. But I feel like once or twice a year we get a deck that borrows a little too heavy from the bank of Analog Youth. And this is kind of that deck right now, where it's just like, it basically hits 3 cards every time and puts them where you want them. And there's no scenario where, like, again, he costs 2. Yeah. It's the difference between Mem Boost, use all of your memory off the Mem setter, or analog is night and day. Like if you have 4 memory off an AG, you can fully dump your hand on Analog Youths and just be like, okay, I got you next turn. And like if you watch Vincent's games, he does that. And like, I mean, it ends game 2 is one of my favorite displays of Takumi Kazuchi I'd seen on tournament in a long time. Doesn't happen frequently, but Vincent takes game 2 against Purple Hybrid. Sorry, that was the semifinals. Vincent takes game 2 against Purple Hybrid using double Takamika. He makes 2 of the level 7 in 1 turn and full sends it because he can clear everything out by taking the memory back. And Analog is huge for doing so. So
it's not getting bad anytime soon because I've just printed an event pack. So just when you thought you max rated it.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is there is someone that works at Bandai, because we said that, like, 2 of our picks for like, hey, these cards need reprints were like Protoform and Analog Youth. Like Shadramon was there, Analog Youth were like, man, these cards need some like immediate reprints. They're like, okay, here's a new Analog Youth alt, and we're like, okay, splendid, thank you for that.
Yeah,
and then that's where the budget ran out. Protoform was just like, just take it again.
Yeah, some of you guys in the chat have your FBI agents watching you. Me and Andrew have Bandai developers. They're in the phone like, boys, Rivals Barrage, yes?
It's like, it turns out we didn't ship those to Europe. We should fix that.
Yeah.
Send it in the next one.
I'm never getting that Gallantmon in red, bro. I want it so bad.
I want that Master to Disciple. Like,
Oh, I know. It looks so good.
Yeah.
I saw those in real life at Tokyo GAO. The card looks incredible. Yeah, Fender had a good showing too. In case we haven't actually gone over it, the actual archetype breakdown for the championship finals top 16. Top 16 consisted of 4 Purple Hybrid, 3 Mirage, 2 Takamika, 2 Gallantmon, 1 Magnamon, 1 Rapidmon. I'm gonna have Tommy Tricks talk to us about Rapidmon in a minute.
Every time.
Yes.
One Dinomon, which is awesome. I would love to talk to you guys about dinosaurs. An Emperor Grey, and as always, 1 3 Great Angels that just simply will not give up. They are, when the bombs fall, we're post Fallout, the cockroaches are 4 feet long. The cockroaches will be playing 3 Great Angel mirrors. Oh man, this deck is nuts, boys.
Yeah.
The first time, so there are a couple outliers. We're going to talk about Security Control Kari and Revelation again.
Those cards.
Yeah, these cards are bananas. But the like thing we talked about again, like for anyone who was maybe unlucky enough to watch the 2 hours of all of us arguing about EX8 decks last week, was we said the thing Angels gets to do is it just makes your opponent make 50-50 guesses all the time. And you're like, I hope it's not this ace, and then it is, and you're dead. That's like, I hope it's not Cherubimon. It's Cherubimon. I hope it's not Shadow Seraphi. It's Shadow Seraphi. And they get it wrong each go. So
and then regular Seraphi as well, in a format where everything's kind of like, okay, if you delete me, that's not too bad. I don't mind if you drop like 12k on me and just go, okay, bounce the hand and go, whoops.
I forget every time you can ace over the ace. So the Seraphimon comes down and then it's still another blast target. Yeah, you can't change the color for that. Purple Hybrid still has to hold that L. If your name is Seraphimon, they're gonna make Shadow Seraphimon. It's messed up. That's a great way to stop Purple Hybrid.
It's really funny that it's like, Magna Angemon, Seraphimon, Shadow Seraphimon. I will simply not die. Smile.
Yeah. The last thing I want to highlight before we get to picking this one apart for stuff we like is I want to say we were wrong on the show. We were like, Angels is great because they don't need new cards. Their thing works. Guys, they're playing one of the new Tapirmon. We have an EX8 card in the list. Angels has caught up to the present day. We are reborn, boys. Yeah, kudos to Yellow finally getting a mem blocker. If you'd have told me Yellow was the last color to get a mem blocker, I would have laughed. But here we are. And what a house. I mean, the thing is you scramble the Tapirmon, and then you just basically tell the purple hybrid player to kick rocks.
Yeah, I mean, he's a vaccine, so he's searchable off the Luxmon as well, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, card's saucy.
Does Dominion play a vaccine, or is it an angel?
He plays the angels out.
Angels, okay.
Angels and archangels too, to be fair.
Oh, but you could play Rev of Light and then play out the Tapirmon. That's kind of diabolical, actually.
The one for me is always they Rev of Light, they spit out the Pillowmon is like one for me, not for you.
Rules for
They're
me,
like, no,
not for
I'm
me.
trying to combo. I was playing Nature Spirits this week at locals, and I played against one can't play by effect Floodgate. I played against Green Ranger, shouts Jambo. And I was like, oh, Pomamon. Well, game 2. And it really be like that sometimes. So a deck that gets to do it this consistently kind of has the sauce. I see it. Sometimes you look at something in a card game and you're like, I'm going to be seeing this for a whole other year. This card's getting the new Racielmon. It's getting a whole new wave. There's a new adventure deck coming out with TK and Kari. You're like, I'm going to be seeing a lot of Patamon, guys.
Yeah, and I must admit, I think Angels, I played Angels, but probably not this iteration. So it was basically your more yellow vaccine based. So I'm not necessarily played Angels, but I do have the cards, and I think Shadow Swap is just a nut ace. I'm so glad I copped the alt arts on those whilst they were low, because now it's literally you just cannot find them, and not for a suitable price either.
Yeah.
But just like you say, it's that jackpot of what ace I'm going to go into. Trubimon Ace, an absolute splendor card right there, and just obviously the Dominimon just giving that almost omni protection makes it just even more stickier. I must admit though, sometimes it does make it it sometimes can just lose. If it can't get set up. If it can't get set up with that Dominimon combo, it's it will just lose. But the thing I do like is the kind of the bit of a revelation tech in there as well, and the taxing Kari.
Oh, helps so much too.
So nice. I love that card. Before obviously TK got put down to 1, those two in tandem. Were just printing memory. Yeah. Absolutely printing memory. And Revelation's just still a strong card. I actually run that in my Sylphimon deck, to be fair, but just because it just having that.
There's a lot of cards.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just having that bomb just to kind of give a blanket 5k. It means that you just can't play a Floodgate down or even a low end champion, really. So it's kind of forcing the opponent to, either pass a load of memory playing out a champion or not. But overall, it is a solid deck. I'm still wanting to kind of play it, but yeah, I'm kind of a bit hit and miss.
It is really funny as well that Shadow Seraphi, the old one, started seeing a little bit of play to play into Purple Hybrid as well, because it would be still able to evolve on a Shadow Seraphi, but also it would force the Velgamon to try and play for a body. If you didn't leave anything suspended, the Velga would have to swing into security. It hits it, gets de-digivolved, and then doesn't end of turn clear the board. It's long day for you. It's also on once per turn as well, so it's not even they can go, okay, I've gotten around it. Second Velgamon hit the stack is okay, turn it back into a guy again.
Yep.
Keep going.
And the Anjumamon is endless healing too. It truly is you better show me a new way to remove me, purple deck.
Exactly.
Angels is sick. Kudos.
Angels, it feels like the deck when we first saw Patamon reveal back in BT14. I think a lot of you in particular, Tom, was like, this card, give it time, it's going to be absolutely insane.
Anything with a mem inherit, right?
Anything with a memory inherit, anything that influences security in such a way. Obviously, in BT14, the yellow vaccine line wasn't that great, right? You had Angemon, you had I can't even remember what
they played the Kentaros cards.
Yeah, it was more of an engine that Patamon could just sort of pick up vaccines, and then the actual yellow Angels line wasn't that great because your top end was Seraphimon, and it was just a weaker version of not Setcom, but just a not great yellow deck.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was clearly on wave damage. Number 1.
Yeah, the unhealthy result of this deck was armor vaccine. Yeah, and obviously that was
crazy.
It was insane. There was turn 2 Magnemon X that is DP DP immune, and also I have a way to influence my security to give it protection all the time. That's not Blinding Grey. In Sanity, there was a reason that deck got hit. This feels like the healthy culmination. I'll say healthy in quotation marks. This feels like the healthy culmination of this is the yellow vaccine engine, but with the correct support. Because I think Dominimon is one hell of a card. Every time I see it come down, I'm like, I can't deal with this. Here we go. Yeah, you put out the Antoine Ace. I am having to deal with 20 security at this point because I better have layer upon layer. The fact it's not once per turn protection is insanity. Like, your damage ends up having to be, right, I'm just going to have to keep trying to chip away at them. And they don't necessarily do damage, like chip damage. They tend to like wait until all the pieces are on, then they go for the kill to be on like the safe side. Which
they like starve you out of resources until you're finally on an off turn where like. I think the fact that they go wide whilst they starve you of resources is like the main thing. If it was like the stack got bigger, eventually like you can hit the stack. But the problem is like when they go free player body, and then you have the gall to try and interact with them and swing, and they go Cherubimon free player body, any response, and they've gone 5 wide. Cherubimon having Alliance does make this deck a lot faster.
You're looking at your card so hard that you kind of visualizing that you had a keyword Digivolve.
And then sometimes you look at the Digivolve and you're like, that is a hard played level 5.
You got me.
I play against one too many. Go ahead, Tom.
I was just gonna say, like, once the ace is down, you think, oh, overflow juicy, I'm gonna keep turn. You can't do that because the moment the minimon's there, it's like, nah, you're not having overflow. Actually, this is a free cost body because of the tamers I played out, and if you swing, you might just lose the game on the spot.
That said, though, at UNAT, I printed 11 memory, 11 memory off of ace overflow body.
Once they're on 0 security, go ham.
I play one too many games against Angels on DCGO every week, and then I'm like, maybe I rebuild Black War Greymon just to keep it around, just to make sure, It's like a little bit of garlic for the vampires that are out there. Just making sure. Digivolve, keep it close. Yeah, that's Angels. Angels looking sweet. I think a top 16 performance from Alexander P is almost exactly where we kind of thought Angels was going to land.
It's also really consistent.
It's just one of those decks. Yeah, it's consistent, and it has its matchup spread that is favorable, and then sometimes you hit a black deck and you go home.
Alex is also like, he has topped several times in OCE on control
Yeah,
deck,
he's
so
a
he's just
real
like,
rep reporter.
Nice.
Like, it was Monzemon last year, or sorry, Edomon last year.
Bro
right?
loves Shrink.
Yeah. Oh, God, good times. Hey, Tyrannomon's here. Speaking of Shrink, oh, dude, this is maybe the one I was the most sad about. We called this deck Rogue, and I think we have some points about it. Like there are still some things where it's like, some of it's got some consistency stuff. Garnets only find the black cards, so you can't actually find all your purple and like the purple green like Agumon cards can't come up and things. But it's cool because one of the things this does get to do is it does get to hit you with 20,000 DP for check shake my hand. And I slightly underrated hitting somebody 20,000 DP for check shake my hand. So yeah, the run for this list is really cool. This player who their name is DJ Villain, I want to make sure. Yep, DJ Villain. DJ Villain, also absolutely baller name for a guy playing Dynamon. like something a TV show would have written is like, he's playing Dynamon and his name is DJ Villain. Welcome to the Ninja Turtles, my man.
Definitely takes after Ryotaro Williams.
Yeah, exactly. Right? But yeah, this deck, my man showed up and he basically beat every control player in the building. He took on like 2 Mother Shotos, Angels players, like he just went the 9 miles, man. It was crazy.
So definitely a difficult run for him then. Like the fact that it basically beat the odds, literally beat the odds, which is fantastic to see. And I think like you say, it's great to see Tyrannomon. It just one get representation, 2 to even be in what was it 5th, 6th, 5th?
Yeah, it really made the long run in the end. This is top 16, but this was after Swiss as well.
Yeah,
it went. I think it was like 2nd place after Swiss on day 1. Like he only lost the 1 game to the guy who ended 1st in Swiss.
Yeah, no, amazing. absolutely amazing, and just great top end as well. I think that's just very nice. But I must admit, the Gabamon aces, not the Gabamon, Agumon, the other one, is such a good ace. Like, it can catch you off guard so hard.
I'm just gonna leave this Agumon here. I really hope you don't attack.
Yeah. They can't, right? Because there's a big Dynomon next to it.
Oh,
You're like, I'd love to hit your Agumon. Can't, though. Guess we lose. Yeah, this card's saucy. And then, like, you forward the actual practice. Like, I saw this list. I had been trying green base for a little while because I was like, I'll give it a go. You technically, you're like, your boosts are a little bit more consistent because you find everything with the green cards, whereas, like, you can still miss some of the stuff with red. And I was like, I'll give this a shot, try it out. And the first time I was like, oh, every time I Fortitude, I just Agubond over that. You win every game. Like, your opponent's like, I have to hit you. Oh, you're 14k now. I'm dead. It's awesome. This deck is so sauced. I can't wait for more dinosaur support. Go to your locals, y'all. We haven't plugged going to locals in a minute. Go to locals, get your Tyrannomon X's from boxes, trade with people, get everything you need, because that card is like a godsend for this archetype, and it's so sick. And long live the dinosaurs, man. Promo. Yeah, Metal Tyrannomon just being D-Digivolve is like the funniest thing to give to a red and green deck. I'm like, it truly is just like you look at this archetype and you're like, oh, like I understand. It's like floodgates and pops, and then you go like, oh, well, how does this beat Angels? 4 of best carded matchup cannot be understated. and even if they protect, you still burn the secure. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And then 3 layers of protection on top of that. I can't be returned to hand, bot deck, and your favorite can't be DP shrunk.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Beautiful.
So, yeah. Kudos, DJ Villain, once again. Congratulations on beating the Ninja Turtles. Badass, too. I love this deck. Medieval Gallant, what hasn't been said about Medieval? We'll come back to him later.
Yeah.
I mean...
And we'll come back to him
right now.
Guess who's in Rapidmon?
Ooh, boys.
Oh, goodness me. I've been seeing Medieval sort of creep up in Rapidmon list. I haven't been seeing Gallantmon, though. So I'm always a big fan.
This card is so sauced.
Yeah.
Ooh,
all that goes ridiculous. Gallantmon's an interesting one. Okay, actually, it's not actually interesting. It's pretty straightforward. The Gallantmon is a 1-cost body that when you promote your Tyrannomon, your Gallantmon, Medieval Gallantmon costs 8 instead of 7. But you produce a 1-cost body. It's basically like if you were to play ADR Searcher in a deck and go, this is a body for Medieval Gallantmon to be played for cheaper because your opponent didn't produce a board state or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But also on top of that, you go Terriermon, play Gallantmon for 1, Terrier X for 0, Evo into Rapidmon for 1 reduced, and then +1 memory off of the Gallantmon, right? So it refunds itself and turns your Rapidmon into a 1-cost. So I kind of like that. Yeah, Medieval Gallantmon in this deck just makes sense, right? Like,
it's the same thing Leopard does with him too, right? You put him over the protected Rapidmon, and you go, shake my hand, Billy.
Yeah, you can't do it. And then obviously it palliates to sort of like give that a little bit more of a threat. Other than that, I think I'm surprised that I'm not necessarily surprised at it doing well. I think it has a good matchup into Purple Hybrid. What I'm surprised at with this list is that there's only 2 Mega Gargamon Ace, because that tends to be your win condition against Purple Hybrid, just locking down the Tamers and making it so that they can't evolve both of them for a turn, and then you just sort of try and establish a board.
It's a really interesting concept. One of the nats that Terry took, Misplay to EU nats, we were kind of just talking about like Schrodinger's, like, the most frustrating thing about Rapidmon is that level 4 represents Mega Gargamon Ace if I swing at it. Level 5 represents Mega Gargamon Ace if I swing at it. So surely they always have it, and that is the problem. Like, it's like the bell curve of just like they won't have it. I'm swinging to mid-level players like, well, I mean, statistically, there's so many different ace targets. Surely he has the Mega Gargamon Ace. Back to he doesn't have it. I'm swinging. So, like, yeah, I am. They develop the Rapidmon. I go, that's probably turning into a level 6, and I don't swing, and I lose the game. And Mega Gargamon was never in hand for the whole game.
Especially when you're running like 2 of them. That's just like you're just like limiting your chances of finding it, but. I guess the Cherubi Ace sort of also helps in that regard because you play out Rapidmon and that.
Surely the Gallantmon being additional draw probably helps. Right?
Go ahead, Tom.
DP bit.
No, it does if you can like evolve. Like if you're missing a level 4, then it just kind of sit there doing nothing. But like, I mean, ideally, if you're getting to top 16, you probably have resolved Gallantmon at least more than enough times to win games, right?
I'll give you guys the lowdown that I had explained to me when I was doing some coaching this month, which is one of the funny things about Scramble is people like to tunnel vision in on, like, yes, Purple Hybrid can do that thing where it leaves no guys in the board and you can't resolve a Scramble and you can't get your card back. But against Tyrannomon, one of the things you actually need to do is you need to present enough things that you can go like, oh, well, conceivably I could attack around a Mega Gargo Ace. You eventually need enough attacks to do something about that big bozo. And so Purple Hybrid in those situations is more likely to produce something like a Gazimon that just sits there and waits. And that's when this deck gets away with Scramble.
Yeah.
Because Velgarmon and then scramble back the card you got milled is kind of about as good as drawing it for a search. And like in a round where you predict enough of a certain matchup, that will get you over the hump. I love me some mill. It's a bad time. Scramble will stop that. And so like if it like you said, Tom, like it features a strong enough response to Purple Hybrid, which as we saw, like again, what 1/4 of top 16 was Purple Hybrid. The deck put on a clinic. Like Gallantmon took the cake home, but like it was a close one. It just gets all the pieces it needs that way. Like you have such consistency from like Double Typhoon and things like that like scramble to go again. It's just enough to do it.
Rapidmon X also stops the low bodies from swinging early, so that if you have to out the Rapidmon X first before you swing with your Uko or your Gabu or your whatever level 3 it comes out of Gazimon, like if you swing first just to like take the body off the board, then you lose 2 memories. So either they don't promote and it's 1 damage you staved off, or they do promote, then out the Rapidmon X, and then you have Scramble available to you to then sort of rebuild from there.
Also, it's got Armor Purge. You can't rivals it.
Yep, can't rivals it.
You get sent back, dude. It's over.
It's got some armor.
Yeah, exactly. He keeps that thing on. He read the shit out of that armor. Oh man. I also the fun thing about this one is that I remember when you were trying to talk about like testing this, Trix as a Rapidmon enjoyer has taken this deck to enough events that I think I could see the years pass through his eyes when he saw Nyaromon. And it was like the fact that this deck just gets to have like, oh, like you sit down at a table, you're like, I'm going to expect card draw, but like it could be any good green egg because Mimi lets you get away with that. And like without having that like surety of like what you're going to sit down and face, Rapidmon can put you on a clock and it can play the long game. And if you're not ready for both of those things, this deck can punish. So again, though, like Rapidmon protection plus medieval Gallantmon's pretty good.
It's saucy. I respect it.
Also, Mega Gargo Ace evolving over Rapidmon means that you can purple hybrid, change, and then I don't care. Mega Gargo Ace.
Yeah. Oh. This is the vision. This is the X lines doing their thing. Maybe I'll put some cool boys in mind. What do we think?
It's time.
Fine, TerryX and Rapid X.
It's time to talk about when we talked about Frauder Lugamon. Do we want to talk about the highest placing purple hybrid? And then I think it might be time.
I'd like to talk at least purple hybrid. Because I think the Alex list was sick, or Ari's list was sick, excuse me. This is I would say, like, sometimes the meta moves in waves, right? There's like a bit where it's like, oh, the first adaptation is the strong deck list. The second adaptation is the easy to add tech. And the third adaptation is like the thing that beats the easy to add tech. And for a while, there were great boosts in Purple Hybrid, and they helped them find Medieval Gallantmon. And they could go over Argomon, and everything was sick. And they were like, well, hang on a minute. I'm a mill deck. I'm going to just play Gallantmon. So the whole archetype now is non-stop gas. We don't need Mervis. We just want Nidhogg's. We want memory. We want to play out as fast and hard as possible. Ginkaku promote the Rush Guilmon. Everything about this deck is like, yeah, you could die from 3, and I can make it happen on 4 memory. Don't doubt it.
I like Death X for the mirror as well.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Take stuff like the Gazimon,
which beats Purple Hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's saucy, and it's the thing that they still can't floodgate. Like of all the power yellow like angels and like yellow good archetypes right now have, they still do not consistently have a way to stop a Death X against the angel board. So it's a huge bullet for that matchup. And like like we've all been talking about Louis and Ukomon for a year, but like the first time you sit down from a Purple Hybrid player and the Duskmon dies and it spits out Louis. You're like, oh, I didn't know it could do that. GG. Yeah, it's something normal.
It's evil. What are the eggs we're looking at here? Yep, 4QP one.
Yeah.
QP Mayo.
QP Mayo. How dare you?
Jamboree.
Yeah, shout out to Jambo.
Yeah, I'm on that for Ghost as well. Now I'm on QP Mayo as well.
Yeah,
I think even Rivals just being such a that's such a menace of a card. Like having that, tripping that insecurity. Oh my god, like it's just game changing against Purple Hybrid.
You mill it, you get your Dustman back.
Yeah,
just in case Matt gets it's shot in the back of the face.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
I like the Ginkaku promote though. That was like a cute tag that we started seeing pick up.
Promote?
Oh yeah, that was the best part, Dread. Was Andrew was like, because Australian accents are fun and delightful, and we had the whole thing last week where I was like, "Good luck, Ukomon ain't my baby." It was a great joke. But he was like that. I was just like, "Why are they talking about Gankumon?" It's like, "No, man, Ginkaku."
Ginkaku, my boy.
Good vibes. And then Harry was bugging out. Oh yeah, dude. Hey, they put on a great show. Shout out to DigiDan. If we ever figure out how to make the 14-hour time difference work out, I'd love to talk to DigiDan about it sometimes, because that stream was sick.
Yeah,
he absolutely delivered it flawlessly. Like really good, really good.
I love the content creators on the up this year. You and Andrew were both talking about it earlier. Like I saw some stuff on Twitter in January. I was like, yes, sir, it's the vibe. We want to see those community guys doing some good stuff. So
let's get it.
Lots to let the DigiDan. I like his videos.
The East collaboration video was like
what the Avengers assemble.
Yeah, that was a really fun video.
I still can't believe they let us on there.
Yeah, on there I got to open up. It's like every so often I'm always like I do watch content creators. I'm also just shamelessly a hater. I have really high standards for like Digimon content. But like it's always curious to see like which content creators watch other content creators, and like actually getting to interact with Issa. I'm like, oh, he's a fan. He's a fan. That's my goat.
Yeah. He's a real one. That's what I'm saying. This is the vision. Is we do the Digimon community roundup for 2025. EX8 comes out. We all got talking about VPETs. That'll be the way.
Yeah.
Or EX9 rather. EX9. But yeah, it's gonna be sick.
Gonna be awesome.
Anyone else want to say anything about Purple Hybrid? The Syakomon obviously very good. But like, this Loki Bediff right now in my opinion.
Yeah.
Loki best deck in the game, I think. It kind of has it all.
It's too fast to start up. It's a low end deck, which is like always going to be really strong. Like I think any deck that gets its main damage from anything that's less than a level 5 is always just going to be really good, because the pace of the deck is just going to be too fast for a lot of decks to handle.
Yeah.
Especially when we always say it every time, if you're evolving over a tamer, that's a level 3 that I can't hit. Like,
Exactly.
I can't hit it on the crackback. I can't Crimson Blaze it. I don't have a when attacking inherit that pops a tamer unless I'm Machinedramon. So
the tamer recursion is so strong as well. It wouldn't be bad if the tamer just went to trash and stayed there. But the fact is like, okay, it dies. Now it's back. You better have an answer, because I'm representing 3 damage next turn.
And it doesn't trigger medieval.
Nope.
That's the other thing. Like it beats itself in the mirror when they have the tech card.
And this is why like Matt is so scary in this deck for that recursion. Oh, I'll just get Drat Raid.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I will have 5 memory this turn.
People are always like, oh, Matt's really good, but like, for those like Mervamon combos, you have to hold like 2 Jack Raids. Like, no, use the Jack Raid whenever you want. Matt'll give it back. Like, it doesn't matter. It's on loan.
Yeah, he got you. Look at him.
Yeah, it's so
He's like,
good.
I got you, man. Don't you worry.
Yeah, he really is like the roommate that you're like, hey, can I borrow your seasonings? And he comes back with a finished dish. He's like, hey, bro, thanks for the seasonings. Like, yo, okay.
Yeah, oh man. Shout out to Purple Hybrid. I think this deck is going to stay good for the foreseeable future. We'll put it that way. And I for one, I always love foreseeing the future. I like to think we have a good grasp on where the game is going, where the vibes are at. But like, that's looking forward, right? Andrew, you ever have any experience, maybe look at it, pre-recorded somethings, trying to predict the past?
Yeah.
This is the worst segue ever.
This is the worst segue. Like, it's not our finest.
It's easier when it's my own game show.
Yeah, so we are going to be doing the thing that people have been asking for a long time. And if you're in the Misplay for Game Discord, you're welcome for your @everyone ping. Yeah, we're playing Lethal Living. I don't know what the thing for it is. Oh. What's up? We're back with my favorite game show, my favorite pastime. Fellas, do you like to gamble? Because I absolutely adore gambling. As the person who runs the house, the casino, I think everyone should use their hard-earned finances in the form of monocoins, which are free on Twitch, and you should not spend real money on this. We're gonna be doing some betting and a fun little game show. It's played live, then uploaded to YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you didn't get to play live, well, next time hopefully you can come up to the stream. We even let people know ahead of time. The way this works for everyone that's new here is we're going to be seeing a clip, and I am going to pause the clip right as they're about to promote, and you are going to have around about a minute or two to tell me whether you think the person that just promoted is about to send their opponent to go meet the 7 deadly, like the 7 demon lords in hell. Like whether they're just getting sent to the abyss or something gracious will happen. Maybe a little bit of security shenanigans are going to bail them out and they're going to live. So I'm going to need you to tell me whether the clip is lethal or living. And we are going to be playing this live on twitch.tv/KnTElixar, where you can be using mono coins in order to play live. You can bet on whether you think it's going to be lethal or living. Under my vote is going to be what you think what the chat voted for. And then my 3 hosts here are also going to be saying what they think is going to be the outcome of the clip. We got 5 clips today, submitted by members of the community as well. I actually did have to scramble. Trix, good lad, did supply one, so I couldn't use it for this week.
Oh, you could have used it. You should have used it and just like had me not, or have me be the.
I wouldn't want to I mean, I also know the outcome of the clip, so you know, I'll just save it for another time.
Yeah, hey Tom, you can't get out of this. You're stuck in here with us.
Yeah. So for the
What
homies,
if I don't remember?
Yeah, for the homies,
right.
if you want to get your clips in here, make sure to use !M4G clips in the Twitch chat. It'll give you the link to the Google form, and it'll also be pinned in the YouTube comments when it comes to that. If you're watching on YouTube, we definitely recommend heading over to Twitch to come play live, but you're also more than welcome. We also appreciate you on YouTube, but just unfortunately, we've only got this set up for Twitch gaming. Yeah,
if you
5
follow
clips
on Twitch, you get 600 free coins so that you can start playing immediately. And then listen, if all you've got is 600 free coins, chat, when have I ever led you astray? You can stick it out with me. It's me, your old buddy Tom. I'll help you out.
All righty. So we've
Dread,
got.
I lose this game every week. I have never won an episode of Lethal Living.
We've got 5 clips. What do we think?
Ooh.
Sorry, can I go through my usual questions? This is what format?
Okay, so we got 5 clips. I just want like
yeah,
a number between one
video,
number between 1 and 5. What are we thinking?
5 clips. Number 1, baby.
Okay, number 1. We'll start nice and simple. Number 1.
Number 1.
For those of you that want to know the specifics, there are some house rules. If you get turn skip and are unable to play the game because of like, you know, Grace Novamon showing up, instantly popping something, turn skip, and they didn't get to draw anything, that continues the turn, and it would still count as a lethal. It's like an OTG in a fighting. Overflow, stealing the turn back immediately, also counts as continuing the same turn. If you were to mill out your opponent, they become unable to draw. That is a kill. If, you know, you set up an unbreakable board that there's no way they can get back into it and they have to scoop, that did not kill. So, as a reminder, the house always wins, and you should start gambling as soon as we go through the clip. So we're going to start with clip number 1. If there's any other questions, we can get going with it.
No, let's ball out.
All right, so we're going to be having the Angels player on the left. This is BT14, and we're going to see a Gallantmon passing 4. We really don't care what gets picked up, but nice double hit. I guess they picked up a Ruin Mode, and we're promoting. So, fellas, and my esteemed audience, we have a question for you. Is this lethal or is it living? I'm going to start the prediction in just a second, and we'll be able to get going. But fellas, Talk amongst yourselves. What are you thinking? What do you envision? BT14 Lugamon?
I feel so much real. I was about to say I feel real dread, but the real dread is here, and he's probably gonna beat me.
And on that bombshell. Good night, everybody.
Thanks so much. It's been a pleasure. This is me retiring from Misplay. No, listen. I'm so bad at this game. Here's the thing. BT14. When this deck got revealed, I was one of maybe 5 dudes at locals who I think had known about the book that this deck was based on. Never mind reading the darn thing. And a lot of people told me it was dark animal good stuff. And good stuff is the kind description for BT14 Fenrir. This is the fakest purple deck I ever played. This deck almost does it every time. It's the little engine that can't. That's that's Balmon, Lugamon, Lugarmon. That's like the dream for this archetype back in BT14. And it does not matter. They could have 4 trainings, 4 boosts, 4 analogs. I was born to hate this list. I was put here to be like, Lugamon ain't got it. And I think that's this is BT14 Angels, right? So Yellow Vax. So that's what, like 7 security?
Yeah, normally I do try and also give you the information for like the number of security, but you're going to find out how much there is. I'm pretty sure that is a full regular number of security, the number of security that's in the Bible. None of this like, extended, thou shalt not be afraid security.
Yeah.
I feel like Luke player is him. I just feel like he's him. Yeah. I feel like he's just that. Yeah, that board state has got maximum drip. I mean,
true.
I mean, anyone is.
Is this a lethal or living prediction, or are you just? Is this just you saying?
Is your
prediction they're blinked out? In which case, I would like to follow that as well.
I think that technically they're gonna live through and they're gonna walk off that table absolutely loving life. I feel like they can do it. I feel like they can do it. I've been absolutely flipped by this deck. When I feel like I've got him, suddenly out of nowhere, I'm like, what? I'm like absolutely just like, what happened here? I thought I had you. The rush bodies and so forth. If they've got Gatamons in trash.
Oh yeah, I hadn't even thought of that.
Yeah, rush Gatos.
I forgot about Black Automon.
That's a thing.
Nah, I'm sticking with my vote. I'm a hater. He's living all day, by the way. Just to be clear, so you can put my number down. Yeah.
Living all day?
The way this is gonna work is there's Rush Gato and there's Chimeramon.
Oh, I forgot about Chimeramon.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. He's living.
So the Chimeramon can pick up an unsuspended inherit. The Gato, obviously, the Rush Gatomons can do damage. He can like go into a second Fenrir. What are the other? So what? He's on 5 memory. There's 2 trainings, and was there a missed memory boost that he's discovering?
Yeah, missed in a training.
So in theory, we have 6, 7 memory, then Evo for 1, 6 play out of the body. That goes back to 8, and we're like almost close to deck out. So it really kind of depends on what he's got in trash as well.
Well, unfortunately, I don't got that information, but I do. Got a gun to your head. What are you picking?
I think it's going to be lethal. I think there's too much resources there to not be lethal, and I think he just has enough resources to. If it's 5 security, the only thing that's stopping him is an option. If it's a Rev of Light, then I'll hold that.
It's BT14. There ain't no Rev.
True. Never mind.
It's just a wet noodle. He ain't doing it.
All right, Jed. What do you think on your first lethal 11?
I think it's lethal. Yeah, I think realistically, he's got way too much setup. To not fumble the bag.
All right. Well, based on the
Gato out has cost them as well, because that's a body for the Fenrir to spend off of.
Yeah.
Jared, I'm gonna give you one look behind the Wizard of Oz curtain here. Every Lethal the Living clip is somebody fumbling a bag. It's the only consistent part of this game.
Alrighty, so we've got this ready to rock. I am representing the chat this time, as they did drop a living for this one. So yeah, we'll get into it. We'll get the push out. We're of course going to load up the AG cracker training from 5 down to 5 up to 6. My fault. As we're gonna play the Black Gato out. So yeah, so we're just getting all the memory.
There we go.
Do we swing though? Do we swing? I mean, 6 memory. Surely nothing bad can happen to you, right?
Think about it. There's a potential ace target. as well. Like, I mean, like, what does Andrewmon? No, Magna Andrewmon.
Oh, there's 2.
Yeah. This is BT14.
Yeah, like there's potential ace, unless obviously it gets popped now.
Wait, how's it 7?
How have we gone to 7?
One of the boosts got popped.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
That's why it's 2 boosts, 1 training left.
But like, surely the Fenrir has memory cost.
Yeah, it did training and like nothing went down.
Fellas, we
Fellas,
failed to consider cheating lethal.
Wait, that's like 20 million security.
oh my
That's
goodness.
not 5.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, my fault. You know what? Maybe this is a biblically accurate. This is a
Like
He recovered one. What?
He started. Risu the squirrel looked away for a sec and broke out another health.
you know what? Trade offer. I will not pay any memory this turn. You can keep loading security when I look away. As I fill my trash, you fill your security. We're going in again though. Still chilling. Just one check.
Why didn't he alliance?
Because I mean that's a rush body. Why would you give up a rush body that could
Because
hit
it's
a
the same
TK?
amount of damage.
And what? The TK? We're gonna load something
Wait,
in.
was that BT1 TK?
That was BT12 TK before he was put in jail.
Okay,
that's
so
the scary one.
Chimera,
He has
baby.
to
It's gotta be
jog us,
Chimera. Yeah, easy.
He's
Easy.
gonna oh my god, he's gonna make another Fenrir.
There we go.
Yeah, he's
there
gonna
we
make another
go.
one. There we go.
Poetry in motion stays in motion. That's how we do it, baby.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Lord.
So we paid a questionable amount of memory that we're all sure is how the memory gauge works.
We just slide it about and just see what it
What
was.
The first time memory has gone down.
What is this?
Yeah, this is a Fenrir. You know what? We were talking about double Takamikazuchi. What about double Fenrir?
I went to a Manchester Storm hockey game the other month, guys, and it looked a little like this one.
Gang, what if we boost it again and the third body is hit the tower? Dark Animal played, get the unsuspend off the Soul Lugal. And then we swing in and swing. This is indeed lethal, even with the extra DLC.
That was like 9 checks.
Yeah, that was 10 checks. He was so dead.
Man just went in like raging demon. Just literally Akuma style insecurity.
Chat, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that
I
was
led you astray.
obviously lethal. So we've done that one, and now we're not going to go into the second Fenrir clip. We're going to, we start as we like to finish. So instead, we're going to go over to the wacky world of Japan, where we're going to be seeing Omnimon versus Myotismon. And I have a question for you fellas. As we find a way to end the turn with a no longer affected Omnimon, okay, well, Miraculous Knight is there, but you can't make Omnimon off the Miraculous Knight. And then we're going to spit out a lovely Agumon. Add a card to the hand.
That's it.
And how much memory are we going to pass? Oh, we're going to spend 3 to play an Agumon. Check the top 4. Got 3 even. Add 1. Oh, the Secret Greymon. That's pretty cool.
Hey, yo.
That's the 2-star too. That's what's up.
And then end of opponent's turn, we're going to crack this. Wow, isn't that Malo Myotismon? Isn't he a cool guy? Active, draw, raising, and we're now in the main phase. So fellas, I have a question for you. From this board state, do you perceive bad things about to happen to our series protagonist, Omnimon? Would bad things ever happen to the mascot? Would he die into the sun?
Mine sure did at Glasgow, let me tell you.
I got a story.
Ancient Garu got my ass.
All right.
Just remind me, has this person got blocker? I can't remember if this ace has blocker.
Omnimon does.
Omnimon Ace has.
It does have blocker.
Yeah,
mostly because when I was playing against one online, they produced 2 Omnimons, and I shot them both with Garuda Ace.
Yep, they do die to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so presumably this is BT17.
This.
Yeah, it has to be at least 17.
Because it's at least BT17, right?
Yeah.
This was 11 days ago. This is whatever is out in Japan.
Ago? Oh shoot!
Oh,
Okay,
so
so
it's like
everything's
2.5.
out basically.
It's
We're like
BT
in current format.
20.
Yeah.
Or BT19 even.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna ask because like obviously they've not used the scramble, but like other promos and stuff might be in the.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
my Yotis
what
one,
does
huh?
what does what does the Mallow? Is it Mallow or Venom Myotis? I keep forgetting.
That's Mallow. That
is Mallow Myotismon.
What does that Mallow Myotis do?
That is a very good question. What's probably more pertinent for you to know is this Omnimon Ace with Overflow 5, and it also has the Altar of the Starter Deck Melga Ace in the stack.
Does it not also? Is that Garuhu X?
That's Garu X, yeah.
So
one of Garu X.
So it has battle protection.
It has
Yeah,
battle
dude,
protection.
it's got super jamming.
And it has currently 9 Overflow. Does that affect your thoughts, gentlemen?
Well, I mean, one Rivals Barrage just ends this man's entire career.
Yeah. You know what would end it? That's nice little Gruder AC like packing. That's what.
Yeah.
Shazam. but unfortunately, no. Oh, actually, it would have been out at this point. But obviously, it does not play in this deck. Unless secret.
Yeah, it's because Dread, you're assuming a lot of normal deck building for Lethal Living. The people, they do some gnarly stuff.
What I will say is right now it is currently an empty board, bar the Mallow that just floated at end of opponent's turn. So this Mallow can swing, and we have nothing in raising and nothing in the back. 2 security versus
2 security.
Also, this looks like an empty security, so he has to find a way to hit him 1 time. Thoughts?
What level 7 purples are there other than Ruin Mode?
Ruin Mode.
Is it just Ruin Mode?
Oh well, if this is present
Mode
Japanese format, it's Beelzemon Blast Mode Ace, which is a house. That card can make miracles happen.
He does have to clear 2. Well, he has to clear.
He has to clear the blocker or find a way to swing twice.
I have seen the clip. I also, I'm just here for the love of the show. I just like being here with my friends, my buddies, my homies, and the predictions are ended. So now, I can tell you some really interesting information.
Malomyotis does not have a Tamer on board.
Those are 2 Agumons on board. Thoughts?
Oh no.
Oh, so Agumon Days is a thing, right?
Thoughts?
Okay.
Gentlemen. Yeah.
I'm saying lethal. These bro's got something in hand. Like, there's an unreactable bit of information that we've not seen, and he's gonna just like flashbang his opponent. I think it's lethal.
Okay.
This is so tough.
Do you know what it is?
This is the triple bluff.
It's Rivals Barrage, Overflow 9, so he gains 2 memory, Ruin Mode, swing per game.
That's disturbing. If you're right.
that is kind of saucy, though. I like that.
Okay. Think.
This guy tops event.
Yeah, he does. This is why this is the UK's highest placing player at finals.
Exactly.
Let me say, we've seen in chat, bro would not have posted a VOD of Mallow versus Omni if Mallow didn't win. Don't trust Andrew. He's out to get you. He was like, guys, he literally a second ago said, hey, you remember Agumon exists? And I'm 90% sure that happens. When he presses play, the Mallow will go sideways and Agumon Ace will come down. And he'll be like, I told you so, haha. And then everyone loses their channel points. I don't want to just, dude, it's not lethal. There's no way. I don't care that it's 9 overflow. They have to do something first. I'm saying living. I'm sticking it out.
And where does our guest think that it's going?
I'm gonna go Tommy Tricks on the sticks. I mean, man's a topper, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, let me shake your hand, shake. It's like I think the play that you called out, Mike, makes sense.
All right.
It does make sense.
If it's actually that's so sick.
It is. It's really funny. But this is this one is gonna be. We're gonna see an Evo at the back. So we're trying to dig some cards. We're gonna spend 2 for an analog youth. Ooh. So I mean that line is now off the table. Ooh, the war criminal. Are we gonna swing?
He's going for it.
And we're gonna pop the analog.
Yeah. We're
gonna pop the analog. And there goes the body.
Oh,
there goes the body. No rivals.
He pops an analog to kill the body.
Wow.
Yeah. So Anyways, here comes our. And now we're in a pretty much open game state. Down comes a Gobbly, a Garuru, Gee, I wonder
Sorry.
if that Guru X that was going to be of any use here.
Oh, no way.
Oh, here it comes.
I did not expect to get past this.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
Ooh, 5 cards in deck.
Oh,
No.
there's no way. He's not.
It's gonna mill him. No, surely not. There's no way to mill him. Maybe.
I see. This is the problem. Is I was right about Agumon. I was right that he was just telling us what would happen. But like,
Great.
it all comes with a cruel twist.
This is cinema.
Yes.
No, what are you
Good job.
doing?
Oh my God. Is he
Oh,
gonna Myotis?
Myotis.
Oh no.
Oh, you're kidding, bro.
Oh, Trash
It can't
Caress,
be.
get the Tamer,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
Pop
God.
itself.
Hello Mallow.
Ayo.
It pops the Agumon for 5 overflow.
Whoopsie.
Oh no.
Guess we keep turn.
Headshot.
Oh,
Wait, he's just gonna pass.
Wait, why do you spend 2? Why do you
Are we
spend 2?
Wait, he
spending
can't
2 on-
swing. It doesn't have rush.
yeah, he's thinking about it. Is there a way, in theory, that he can make this back? He's gone for the training, but he hasn't committed to it. We haven't picked up any cards because we realized that we need something. And they're both the Venoms that we're missing. So we are going to add one. And unfortunately, fellas, despite Overflow 13 or whatever,
Oh my
this
days.
is not lethal.
Chet, what did I say?
Yo.
Listen,
Yo.
the game is rigged. It's never been honest. This is a terrible time for everyone involved. Rushgato was not invited to the clown house. Mickey Mouse's clubhouse does not let the adults in. It's only goofy cartoon characters and Yahoo kids.
I think it's unfair that I was playing 4D chess, whereas these guys are clearly just playing checkers.
Yeah, Ruin Mode, what's it called? Rivals Ruin Mode was crazy.
That execution would have been flawless.
It's
Does he
so
actually?
funny.
Does he not win from this? Like, this video is keeping on going.
Yeah, I'm just
I'm
playing.
a touch concerned.
I'm playing it
you
out,
know
but
what?
this is
I need
like
to-
DNA.
I've thrown these as an Omnimon player before. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
hold you.
Here it comes. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Doing
ping pong
things.
time.
Boo, 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 boo.
I love this deck. Another line of support for Omnimon, Bandai. Make it happen.
Yeah.
Yo, you're getting 2 structure decks that
That is true. That
can
is true.
combine into an Omnimon, apparently.
I'm trying to keep my content down. It's so sad. I'm never gonna play Omnimon.
No.
Like, I love him, but like my goat Gallantmon, I got a whole year with my new mans.
Oh,
Mate,
yeah.
you've got a full band
Yeah.
of SPs up in here. I'm like, you better be playing it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this list was really funny. It uses a one-off Greymon X, so that way you don't just get shot by things. And the guy didn't find it for the entire game until just
Continue
then.
to get shot by things.
Yeah, so we do get to do the full combo. And yeah, very very funny. You get to
That's the
make
future.
Omnimon and attack for game. So yeah, Myotis
Sure.
does actually lose this. Really, really funny. But yeah, Overflow 13 was a way funnier clip that I couldn't not use. Yeah, so big shout outs to I think it's the Digimon guys. These guys
Oh
are great.
yeah. Oh, I love these
Yeah.
dudes.
Banging,
Um,
banging.
I'll have all of the channels linked in the description of the YouTube video. But yeah, big thank you to them. And then we get to do some stuff from a live stream. You guys want to go for a offline regional or an online regional?
Oh.
Let's get online out the
Yeah,
way.
we haven't had it online yet.
All right, let's get an
Yeah.
online regional. So
But this camera angle, bro.
Yeah, every time.
They're playing on like a
Oh, this is you, Andrew.
Andrew.
You hosted this one.
yeah, you know, friends of the show that like the live
Oh,
tab.
is Jambo? Wait, is Jambo promoting or is he the one getting lethal living?
So
Oh, that is Jambo. Oh my god.
Yeah.
this one, you know, some people might have
Basically, if
seen it.
Jambo's promoting, it's living.
Yeah, he is the world's most cursed Digimon player.
This is Mother Shoto with two standing mothers, with the blocker under them with the Shotos. We got an unsuspended tie. We got a Bokomon and a Mega Gargamon Ace that I guess does not have reboot ?
Well, it does have reboot, but it's not Jambo's turn yet.
Oh no, he just pushed up and has promoted and
Oh.
gained his
He must. Oh no,
Alright.
he's doing it now. Please reboot the Mega Gargamon Ace. This is no longer
Okay.
lethal living. This is me complaining about players being bad. Read your cards. Read your cards.
Uh,
But in the same
the Terriermon stand when people won't use their cards, right?
I do
There was-
not think he's about to promote, and I'm afraid that we're about to start making game actions. So I'm going to pause it here. And now, fellas, do you think that Mother Shoto I mean, we're pretty decently far into the game. You know, game 2, 19 minutes left on the clock. There's at least 3 or 4 security there. You know, webcam. I can't tell. Jambo, that's a full looking deck. He's got no security, so it's clutch or kick for Arena's strongest soldier.
For Jambo TCG.
How much security does the other player have?
23rd.
I want to say that it's like
2 or 3, but maybe.
Chat. Andrew, can I get the me cam for a second to just grief the video?
Yeah, you got it, Chief. 1 sec.
Stop using blue sleeves on your blue playmats if you're going to play in an online regional. And if you're doing it and they haven't complained to you yet, it's because your opponents are being polite. Please, no more. If I have to play against the dude who's got an Usagi draws, like, beautiful full art illustration of, like, a Machinedramon mat, and then the Machinedramon sleeves are the same color and I can't see, fam, I'm happy for you, but we're not playing Digimon. All right, give it back. Let's do this.
All right. Yeah.
Getting me heat about sleeves. I love lethal living. Okay. Listen, I'm gonna give you guys the download here because I sadly have some hand on the ball when me and Jambo were working on this purple hybrid list. This, I believe, is November 23rd, so we're still ahead of EU Nats for those good old Bandai Card Game Fest finals. But I remember drafts of this list because he and I worked on this deck together in parts. And Jambo he's a very good player, multiple tops. The dude's got it all. He's one. I would say if you're a big fan of UK Digimon, you see his name out there, he's a guy you rep. I understand the vibe. Jambo is also cursed to get sacked at every possible scenario. He will go to an event and be like, as long as I don't hit birds, I win, and I avoid Biomon. And then he plays against 5 red birds in one day. But this list is gas. And when this list came out, fans of the channel have probably seen the Chef Jambo deck profile. It did numbers. We appreciate y'all. The actual thing this deck does is it hits you like 40 times in one turn, and you really can't make enough out of you setup blockers. And normally Mother D Reaper stops that with Mega Gargomon Ace. He's already here. They're not doing it again. Do we know if any of those teamers are currently affected by Mega Gargomon?
I do not believe so, because if they were, they wouldn't unsuspend.
Yeah,
all right, good.
They'd probably suspend.
Sounds good.
They can be tagged for not evolve, but
yeah, but they would already be. Yeah. Man, no, I believe in Jamboza. That's the guy. That's the homie. When I see it, if Jamboree has one fan, I am still out here. Is lethal. Mother Shoto, they went a little too early on that Mega Gargo Ace. That's my first flag in the ground. You shouldn't give this deck overflow to play with.
What do you think? Dread?
I'm gonna go with Jambo on this one. I'm a massive fan of what he does. Any person that I see him winning boxes and winning tournaments, I'm like my boy always repping. I think here is that once again that teamer setup is perfectly set up beautifully. Are we currently on 4 memory?
Yep, went to 4.
4 memory is a lot. If he can recycle the mats, he's essentially got Jack Maids for days, so effectively will generate enough swings.
Oh, he hasn't even used the Koichi yet either. The BT
It's 4 off the Gabumon.
Yeah.
So I think he's even though it's not looking so hot on his end, I think he can just literally just go for that lethal. So yeah, lethal for me.
Come on, Sticky Tricky, come home with us.
He needs. Well, he needs 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he needs like 5 damage, and he needs to not get entered by
a security bomb.
5, potentially 6 if his opponent wakes up midway through the turn.
Yeah. See, the fact that the Mega Gargo hasn't unsuspended, which is once again really frustrating. Please read that your card has otherwise. Why would you be playing the card? Why would you swing twice of it? You just waste the blocker. Well, it's fine.
I wish more people were considerate of us playing Lethal or Living when they were playing their tournament runs. Keep us in mind.
Part of me wants to say it's Living. I don't mean this in like a really nasty way, but Jambo went through like a string of really unfortunate results, and I'm trying to remember if he got not cooked, but like entered by mother control. Because Jambo, like he'll come into the chat later and he's like, guys, I just got cooked by Mother Shoto. What a stupid deck. And I'm trying to remember.
Great impression.
It's like he's here.
And I'm trying to remember if he said something like that.
The thing, it's round 2. So
it's round 2.
Round 2 Jambo is hilarious because if he loses early, he has to become the T1000 Terminator for the rest of the afternoon to try and
Is that the lock-in, like?
Yeah. He's like, don't text me. I'll come back later.
I'm gonna go with lethal because I'm obviously taking too much time. But I'm gonna go with lethal because I do remember when I was at Utrecht, the mother control player who got top 32 did mention that they were facing into purple hybrid, which is one of their worst matchups. So in theory, and this is 6 damage plus like non-reveal jack raids, he should. The only way Jambo fumbles this is if he, for whatever reason, does not change Mega Gargo Ace to anything that is not green or blue, and that gets palliaced. That's the only way he loses this.
Can I ask a question, Andrew? I've just noticed something important about the board and remembered that it's Jambo.
Yep.
That hand is covering the deck. Do we know how many cards are left in deck? Because I think this is a forbidden jutsu mill lethal.
My lawyer has told me that I should unpause the clip, so I'm gonna unpause the clip.
I called it was lethal before I remembered Jambo can count.
Yep. Those that were paying attention during the house rules remember that will it kill can also sometimes be will it mill.
Man, I love milling.
You should mill yourself now.
We are looking at currently green, black, white as the colors. If we change Mega Gargomon to any other color, that becomes the 4th color.
Yep.
And that's a lot of Koichis that can turn into a Velga.
He remembers!
Reading card is fun.
All right, next clip, Andrew. We don't need any more of this.
So this is round 2. This was on stream. We do have the first time chatter asking about deck out. Username Logi was it maybe aware?
Ooh.
They did have the follow as well, so they did get the chance to use some channel points on this round, and we're gonna have the Koichi, and I'm gonna.
Oh God, he's going.
He's going for it. Let's get it.
All right. So the first Dustmon is gonna hit the field.
I love online Digimon. Jambo now uses these like Uno dice to show you what color you've been turned into, which is very funny. But here we're not like that.
Yeah, so there's going to be mill.
3, 4. So
he changed as long as it's not blue, which
he defaults to red every time.
Yeah, me and Jambo had a whole talk about
the tie. He's a griefer.
He changed the tie.
No,
No. Why would you change the tie?
Why
are you drawing cards?
Because of the tie can be attack target.
No, but off the block. Yeah, but why? Why are you doing that?
If I say anything about Mother Shoto players, I'm gonna get in trouble.
In fairness, okay, the deck's kind of a healthy-ish size.
It does look healthy.
Huh?
But it does like there's a few cards.
Oh, Jambo's got 6 tamers.
Yeah.
6 tamers.
Yeah, but one of them can't attack.
Spit one back out off the dust.
Oh yeah, I even zoomed out because I even zoomed out because maybe the full board is really important information. Jambo has no security, and I think his deck's looking kind of thin. I don't know about you guys.
Do I like that water bottle though? Kind of nice.
Stay hydrated. That's
hey, drink up, boys.
3, 4, 5.
Oh, he's cooked.
He's
The problem, okay, but he's not changing Mega. Has he changed Mega Galgo?
Yeah, I think he has now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
You can just do the thing where you change it to like red, yellow every turn to make
From the looks of it, I guess the Mega Gargomon has Rapidmon protection, so that's not going to be a free set of okay, the first.
There it is.
Who needs overflow when you can just play it yourself? Koichi is going to turn into Dustmon for 2. And now, fellas, this next move might surprise you.
Does he turn into Velgarmon, Andrew?
I think it's about time that we boat up. But first.
Oh, sorry, my mistake.
Let me just jackrave real quick.
I love that he's counting again. It's so funny. He just counted the first jackrave.
It's a habit. It is.
I guess he's milled himself out, guys.
No,
that's really
Jambo.
unfortunate.
That's crazy. He just milled 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's a different color now.
Diabolical.
There's 2 Shotos. I guess he died. Unlucky. The first, we've done 0 security damage, by the way. We've swung 3 times. And now we're not even draw 1 trash 1. We are just trashing 1 every time the Koichi hits the ground. Anyways, what if... Oh, let's just double check how many cards are in trash again real quick.
Oh, if only I had another Jack raid.
Yeah.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Just 1 extra for good measure. I love me some Jack raid.
It's Merva double Velger. Ah!
Yes. I remember this. I remember. Yeah. Yes. There it is. Oh God.
days.
You know what? As soon as
yes, that was helpful.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that bit, I was like, I literally had flashback of actually watching that.
Yes.
Stream.
So Trixie
Like,
will remember. He did get cooked, but it was by the rogue D Brigade player that was just shocking the
Yes.
X1 bracket.
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember him saying in the chat.
It's like some
Don't
geezer
show that.
is on D Brigade. Who's bringing D Brigade?
Some geezer on D Brigade is the hardest. That would be my name on Discord forever.
Some geezer on D Brigade.
So
I fucking Jumbo. Oh, sorry for swearing.
I'm so glad that we're back to the full living, because usually the chat full of like, man, the hosts are idiots. This is so easy. Right now, chat's 0-3. 0-3.
I can't. I don't think I've ever seen an honest round of Lethal Living where all the game combatants picked together. We unionized, boys. There's a way forward here. Andrew can't beat all of us.
Oh, so funny. But yeah, we got an offline event for this one. We've got this is BT 15, 12th of May 2024. All of us are actually in the building present for this one.
Was this Salford Regional?
This is the
This is
Salford
Salford
Regional, hosted by OPE, streamed by yours truly once more. And this is Armor versus Leviamon. And
those sleeves look familiar.
those sleeves do look familiar. So does that
that's
die.
Luke Campbell. That's Liverpool superstar Luke Campbell.
And he is going to be promoting a Goblimon on 2 memory with a boost, and a training. And if you can look kind of closely in the corner, you can see that there is a Levia, and Levia X in trash. The rest of the trash I don't think is going to matter like it did for the last clip.
Is this? He's not playing against Marcio, is he?
I think he is.
Because that's Common Rider sleeve.
That's the Common Rider sleeve. Isn't
Yeah.
It, Marcio?
Oh, dude. Hey, it's KG's
lethal.
on the
It's
show,
lethal.
even though
Lethal.
he's not
It's
here.
lethal. Marcio's cooked.
Yeah.
It's lethal.
So, okay, I'll say this. I don't. Luke, spoilers to the because this is context that I would know, and the 3 of us gaming here know, but the chat might not know if you're kind of new to Digimon. Luke is the eventual winner of this regional event. He is him. But he did not famously go 2-0 in every event or every game he played. That
The
day.
other
Just
great
wanna be
thing
clear.
is, just because you won the event doesn't mean that you win Lethal or Living. Because I have
or
seen
that he wins this turn.
Yeah, I've seen many people play for the unbreakable board because they're trying to win their next round and continue in the EXO bracket, which unfortunately just means that it's a pink name under me if you want to get some channel points. But, you know, I'm not saying that that's the case here, but I am going to be opening predictions, so you can put my money where your mouth is and bet some channel points for the 4th of 5 clips we're doing for Lethal Living tonight.
Dang, this is a tough one.
I
Marcio's
think-
not here, so this is
Yeah.
a golden opportunity. He would remember. Oh, I have to try and channel him. I spend enough time with him.
This is so the way this. Yeah, that's my point. No, the way this will work is there's going to be like a tamer or something that gets hit out of security.
Oh my god, it's a Magnamon.
If it's a Magnamon out of security, it's not lethal. If it's a Davis out of security, it's lethal.
Yeah. Oh my god, Leviamon is the funniest Lethal Living deck ever because like the player who swings doesn't know if it's lethal. That's so sick. Now Luke's him though, right? Like, oh, this is tough.
Luke is him, and he
he's
also
game
has
one. He's 1 round up here. And again, like I want to reiterate, just because he may not get lethal on this clip that Andrew has paused the video for, does not even mean that he doesn't win the game. Because plenty of times in Lethal Living, somebody then wins a turn later, and we're like, this is so unfair. He's cheating us.
I mean, to be
because
fair,
Andrew again is cheating us.
Luke is only on 1 security. He really does have to clutch up here.
Yeah.
But most of the
God,
people
you-
think Marcio's cooked. Maybe people are either mad about the EX8 tier list or just think it's really funny that Marcio can't defend himself.
Nah, that's my goat. That's KB's. That's my
That is
man's.
KB's.
That
He-
this is living. Luke is one of the best players in the UK, and he makes purple decks look like a little streamlined maneuver. And he was very good at Leviamon on that day in Salford. But I bet you Marcio put him to it. I bet he had to find some like screwy rush Gilmon for game lethal that was not Leviamon full line. This is Marcio clutching this one out. We used to dread at the time. Marcio was like, I don't want to play blue at an event. What the heck? And then he had to put the mask on and become evil Marcio to lock in. And evil Marcio loved Magnamon.
He
So
topped.
yeah, evil Marcio got a
topped
Blitz
the
Omni
deck.
for this
Omni.
Yeah, both the
performance.
people on screen did come away with a blitz on.
So this is
All
kinda-
right, this is actually bringing flashbacks to me now.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do so well at that tournament, but I was on for
Yeah, me
Yeah,
neither.
I was snapping. I mean, making sure that the event actually exists.
Yeah, that's
So
what my
adamant.
current profile picture is from on like all my socials.
Oh, true.
I
Oh,
was-
we should have plugged your stosh.
Yeah.
We'll
This
do
is
it
a bad
later.
episode of Leave the Living. Hey, yo, follow DigiDread. What the heck?
I was so adamant. Tyrannomon was going to be like, I'm just going to sweep everything. I beat Levia. There's nothing going to stop me. I won 3 rounds out of 6. I drew 2 and lost 1.
Oh man, I think I remember seeing you because I remember seeing
Yeah,
the
we
Terry.
was-
We was
Yeah, we were
in
in
the
the same
draw.
table. Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough. I'm
You
gonna
guys were
say
a couple seats higher than me on Davis. I'll tell you that.
I'm gonna say living.
Okay,
It
living.
Living.
doesn't like that.
I'm gonna say living. Like, yeah, the security could trip into anything. Like, Saturday Magnamon is such a powerful card. Digi's roll could absolutely shaft you.
Marcio
Yeah.
loves like stupid stuff too. Like I don't remember the deck profile now, which is a testament to not being the coolest testing partner ever. But I do remember Marcio being like, yeah, man, like 1 full moon meteor impact or 1 Sorai. Like what the heck, right?
We were
so
on,
I have a feeling something Saki's about to happen here.
Yeah.
we were on
I
Full
think
Metal
something
Blaze for a
Saki's-
while.
I think
Full
something
Metal
Saki's
Blaze
gonna
for the
happen.
new Mimon. Oh my god. I just
I- Yeah, I
beats
think something
15, yo.
Saki's going to happen, but I think it's going to happen against Marcio. I think it's him to get hit out of security.
Yeah.
Well,
Ooh, that's a shout.
Let's find
Yeah.
out. You know how we got to start things off course. It's with everyone's favorite card that's getting reprinted. Wow.
The card that no one can afford.
Yeah.
30 quid on card market. I have
Yeah.
not paid for a single one of them.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my god, with the one of
Yeah, this wasn't even Dober X. I was like, why did he pay 2? Did he forget? I forgot.
Yeah, Gyro X is still a card that exists.
Yep.
He basically paid 2.
I guess
Holy
we'll
moly.
pitch
Actually,
off
no, he paid 1.
the Garu X now that we don't need it.
Oh, yeah, they were unlimited at the time, weren't they?
No, these were both. They
Yeah,
were one of
no,
by
these
the
were
time
both.
BT15.
Oh, they were
still
2
fun.
weeks into 15. They got banned.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Same with the Apoc and the Anubis.
So now that we've resolved all of Garurumon X,
Still got a lot of memory. Like,
yeah, we
she's
need
banked
to
already.
you can tell
So-
that like Marcio is like playing against someone that he enjoys playing against because his cards are on the table. He's not hand shuffling. He's making sure the
Yeah,
dice looks
yeah.
nice for the camera. He's just like, yeah, I'm just here. I'm just gonna experience a purple turn. I'm chilling. Anyways,
is.
training into Cerberus is gonna draw.
Draw 1!
Draw 1.
Yes!
Draw 1.
Yes!
Woo!
I love purple!
All right, and there goes the Octomon in trash, and then we get to
Luke's
play
list
out
was so sick.
Rookie, which is gonna
Okay.
be that looks like a Gizamon.
Gizermon?
That looks like it's been hit by like roadkill. Like, what is that?
Yeah, dude.
Just like shush.
You know what? Let's crack a boost.
That tags the Magnamon, right? The Gizermon.
Yeah, if when it dies, you lose a memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does have armor push though, so it's gonna be pretty hard to kill it.
11.
Leviamon, what are you talking about?
on
It's gonna be hard to kill it.
Hold my beer.
Oh, he evolved. Yeah, hard is what you want to say. So, armor purge and die. Gain 2.
Man.
Let him on be a
You should
card.
crack the boost just in case.
He should crack
Yeah,
the
I
boost.
would.
Hey, what if he hits regular X antibody out of security? Because we were on that as well.
Yeah.
Eh,
Oh my god, yes.
Really?
Ooh, is he
You
gonna
should
crack the
crack
boost?
The boost
yeah,
now.
mate, definitely crashed the boost.
Luke, please, for the love of all that's
Oh.
holy, thank you.
Fine. Whew.
Okay, so we're gonna crack the boost. You know what's funny about the boost as well is it's also Levia X memory if you needed it. Or it's
No,
Octomon.
No, oh, okay.
Yo.
Right.
Whoops. Yo,
He's saucy
Fujitsumon
with it.
token dripped out. I love these tokens. These were
Okay.
so nice.
Well, that is Levier X in fairness.
Yep.
That's
Yep. There's
Yeah.
a dead Davis, but it does mean
Okay, so
all
he's-
damage is now mapped on the board.
Yeah, he's three checks, no push for lethal right now.
yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Whoop.
Zudo.
Okay, Zudo. I was
Louis.
Any response?
Nah,
This
leave
is
that
not-
in there. Surely.
Well,
He's
what-
thinking
he's
about
thinking
that.
about it.
Go on, V-Mon.
Man like me would have done that every day of the week. I'm pushing out that V-Mon and go,
Marcio's
yeah,
thinking
check
about
my
the
third
stealing the
security.
one memory, right? Like that's
Oh,
the.
No,
you
it
don't
won't
get the
steal
point.
on
It's
your
your
turn.
turn.
That's what I'm. Sorry, not right now, but I'm saying like on next turn, like this is
Yeah.
how he would win it.
Yeah, it depends on whether you need that or whether you are playing for that to pop out of
I
security.
knew that was that. I knew it. I knew it.
So we will get
Ruined
the Digimon.
days.
You can do
bro.
it again if it comes out.
Oh,
The
ruined
funniest
days.
bit about this is it would have been a free Evo. We are going to check the final two
It's
checks.
Tamer.
No Tamer in security, so we're not going to turn into Levier X again. And from this position, he's just going to have to spend 2 for Levier X to kill the Louis. And unfortunately, this was not lethal. Cat remains. Not on the
Whoa,
board.
That's just a lock in. I can't have handed you the curse in 2025. It's much funnier when it's a host who can't play this game.
But yeah, this time we actually did have it split. So yeah, Marcio did not get cooked. He absolutely lost this game in a swift 2-0.
Yeah.
I think. I'll keep it playing. But yeah, no, those that thought he would be fine will be benefiting as a good like 1K channel point. Gonna be disappearing over. But yeah, we got one last clip. One last clip. We like to finish things as we start.
Ooh.
And we're back here with
Game 2.
Now-
Game 2 of Risu versus Yellowback.
now, surely I wouldn't put 2 lethals back to back from the same play. I would never do that to you guys, would I?
That might look in hella familiar.
I'm in a hostage situation. If anyone else wants to work on a podcast, let me know.
You know what? We're both named Tom. I can just sub in.
Oh yeah, we can
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah.
I lend you a jacket. I'll play some bird cards.
Yeah,
Nobody will know.
yeah,
What size glasses do you need?
yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. He's obviously wait. Hold on. Is Risu attacking again?
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
let me he's
That Luca came out of raising. So does he pass turn or something straight away?
draw and right. There we go.
Oh, for God's sake. I thought it was the
God.
Angels player that was going to be
Yeah, I
like...
was gonna say I have a better
Yeah,
grasp
same.
of the Angels.
Oh, okay, well, surely
That's
he
not
doesn't even have that
fair,
many
bro.
resources this time. Like, I would never.
That doesn't matter.
I'm
Bro,
gonna put
one
this one for
training
5
is
minutes.
enough.
One, he's got 2 trainings, a boost, Lugamon, which you may have already automatically saw that it is going to load up, and AG. Surely I wouldn't give you 2 back-to-back lethals. Or would I?
Oh boy.
Well, it comes to... This is the last clip, right?
This is the last clip of the day.
Well, famously, when the last time I played this game, when it came
Oh,
to the
no.
last clip, I bet all of my points. So you better
CSC coming right out.
Dre, he bet like 10K.
Yeah.
It was
I've
crazy.
got 13K at the moment.
You know,
You're
hey,
about to
the
make
house
some chatter.
always
Very
wins.
happy, Tommy Triggs. Listen. Oh man, this is tough. He's got so much less stuff now, right? Like the trash is even smaller. There's no like
that is true.
There's no like double chimera Fenrir twice per game. Like it's not. He's not doing it again. Is this the same video?
Yeah.
My lawyer has told me I cannot reveal my sources, but what I can do is there's 7 bodies on that left side of the board. There's an overflow. There's
It's just going to be the same lethal line again, but the difference here is that he just kills the aces.
I was gonna say
Oh,
because
wait,
there's
there's
only
a Pillowmon. There's a Pillowmon on the
yeah.
board.
That is true. That is
Oh, okay.
This is why I gave this 5 minutes. Because I wanted you guys to figure out all of the building blocks and then figure out that it's still not clear at all.
Okay.
I must
He
admit,
has to
Pillowmon
clear the
just shut
pillow.
out.
Yeah, he has to clear the pillow, and then find a way to produce enough bodies and then not get aced.
And
Although
it's
saying that the only aces in
BT14.
this, yeah, so there's only Magnamon and Magna Angemon, which does recover 1, but it's not clearing bodies in theory.
Well, if we want to get messed up, because if this is a Risu the Squirrel video, I've seen some messed up stuff on that man's Digimon playmats. There could well be a purple, like Lady Devimon or something in here, and he has like Melga Ace, right? Like the man seems to generate Digimon clips at a pace people normally should like the kind of radioactive levels of like what the hell is happening.
What was Fenrir running back in BT14 that wasn't its own line?
Playing the Fangmon from BT14.
Did that was like anything?
No, I don't think it popped.
No, it was recursion,
it
wasn't
trashed and recurred.
Yeah, it gave you your spec. Was what pop would matter? Pummel whack?
Pummel whack.
Such a road card.
I don't know.
Pummel whack, fair play to him. No, so the level 5s was Sol and Helluga, but the problem is Helluga passes turn and then he didn't have Leaf at that point. So he would have to climb all the way into Fenrir, swing, pop the pillow, but then what does he do?
Couldn't he essentially pop a training, go to a champion, do a boost, go to Chimera, tuck, that would delete the
Chimera
pillow?
would do it actually, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the 4K shrink?
Yeah,
He would do across the board.
Not across the board, but he'd
You get 3 targets. Yeah, 4 targets.
Yeah, but across the board, but it'd be only like 2K. Yeah, depending on how many colours, because it'd be plus his colour and his colour. So
it's 2.
It would be 2 because we
so
don't have the
2K.
red.
Well, no, they ran if he
Three
fucks up the yellow. Yeah, Black Gato is purple.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's only how I can think of him getting rid of that pillow.
So
apart from that.
Training for 0. He's on 4 memory.
He is on 4 memory. He has already gained his memory from the. Oh no, he has not gained his memory from the AG yet.
Oh,
so he'll be on 5.
Oh, yeah, that's totally doable with the Chimera. That's such a call.
That's the only thing I can think
of.
I
see that. The thing I'm getting a little bugged out by is that Dracmon is the searcher, but the inherit is to go back into the undead stuff. I don't think he'll be on like the Matador Grand Dracmon crap because those cards were terrible. But they did pop. I'm not letting this happen. It's Dred's Chimeram online is kind of sauced, and I am trying to remember BT14, and it's coming back at me like a wave. I don't think this is Grand Dracmon. Dude,
Dred, I'm trusting you on this. 13,000 points.
Let's go!
It's lethal.
Oh my
guys, we work best as a team. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to predict with a custom
7
amount.
seconds.
And I'm going to throw in, I'm also going to throw in 13K.
Did you get it in time?
I tried. There we go. Yep, it went in.
It went in. All right.
There we go. We're adding some, we're breaking the economy.
All right. It didn't show on the screen, but.
It's fine. I'll give it to us. We'll give it to somebody next time.
Oh, yeah. No, you didn't get them in time.
But we as a team, as a union of hosts and commentators and game players.
You were doubling down, weren't you? That's what it was.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, so that's 28K.
Because like Andrew can't just keep posting videos of Fenrir losing all the time. He does hate the deck, but like at a certain point, like there are good Fenrir players.
So this is I think this might be the first time where there's no like haha heal for content. This is everyone in chat, even like if I take your money out of it, this is everyone in chat except one person that could be getting 99% of the pot back.
Risu, if you don't kill here, I'm going to subscribe to your channel, then unsubscribe.
That YouTube studio email looking crazy.
All right, so we're gonna push up. We're gonna gain our memory, of course.
Sure.
And then.
Come on, I'm up. I'm right.
Training. We're gonna go into the
Luga. Everything looking good.
This is fine.
Yeah, 5 memory.
Plenty of memory.
It's another level 4. If the swing is just another ace, I'm gonna be so upset.
It just dies instantly.
Watch him just pick up his cards, and Andrew's actually just pause this the moment he's about to scoop. We're cooked.
Dang, add back soul.
Well, okay, we're not cooked actually. This is still fine. This is still.
We bitched the Black Gato.
The Black Gato. We're gonna pick up.
It's like
He's swinging. This is how the combo works because you pitch the soul on attack. Or he's
and we're coming.
Yes!
Let's go!
And we're going to load the purple
2K
yellow.
shrink.
3K shrink on the board.
It's not over yet.
That's true.
This is what I was gonna say. This is what the Syndromon brain does to you. Is you see shrinks in purple decks now, bro.
Bro did not even draw for Evo. Didn't matter. Yeah, so minus 3K to everything. We're an 8K Chimera though, and we are still purple, so we can training into Fenrir Lugamon.
Nice.
Now,
Which basically just gives us free extra memory to play with.
And that plays out the gang. Not an ideal trash layout.
Yeah,
but,
the Fascomon's not coming through like an MVP. I'll tell you that. You guys remember when they played Fascomon?
Swing into the ace body.
No!
Pop the gutter.
Why are you swinging into the ace?
He's taking his memory.
No! You can
What's
pop
this?
it anyway.
Gotta play for board, man. You never know.
He did everything
Not in
right,
this
but he
game.
doesn't get me.
I got money on the line.
Oh,
No, Rachel, what are you doing?
I just,
no.
You cost me some.
13,000 channel points each.
But wait, what if he plays
What is
2
he doing?
tamers and then
Is he gonna open
Bastard.
gas?
I'm done. I'm done.
I gotta make some phone calls.
Bro.
Oh my god.
Bro.
in friendlies went for board clear.
Did somebody just win 26,000 monocoins?
Right, so congratulations to everyone that thought that Fraudry Lugamon would show up one last time to let everyone accept me down.
This is the worst game show I've ever played. Why do I do this?
Oh my
Oh.
god, my sciatica pain's got worse.
I love this game. So
Oh my
yeah,
God. So that's a 17,000.
17.
yep.
I can't kill Jamie anymore.
So yeah, that was this week of Lethal or Living. If you enjoyed seeing that, playing it live and committing channel points, maybe you made it big off of the last game. Because you never know. You're only ever like 22 hands away from becoming a millionaire. And sometimes you're only one content bit away from becoming at least 10K richer. So yeah, hope everyone enjoyed Lethal or Living, or at least got an elevated heart rate out of Lethal or Living, which is the secondary goal.
Oh yeah, trust me.
I just don't know what. I'm trying to like think of all the aces possible out of that scenario. That
In
that could've
BT14, there was 4. And then Max Anja had 1.
You know, like the craziest part of that is that's 2 games in a row where you guys concocted like the craziest out to a board that legit won the game. Except on that one, Dredd was right, and then he was just like, "Well, time to play some analog use."
Yep. That one. Also,
Oh
I
my
think this
God.
was an actual 05, like, Hall of Fame, Fraudry Lugamon level, like, performance from chat. 05, I've never seen. But really funny. Thank you, everyone, for playing along. If you're catching this on YouTube and you're seeing, like, the slightly chopped up version and you wanted to play live, make sure to tune into all of our podcasts. We'll try and let you know through the Discord, if you haven't joined the Discord already, when we're going to be doing game shows, be that this one or Memory Gauge the Room, which is our, like, 2 truths, 1 lie kind of game show. We do always do them live, post them to YouTube. But yeah, if you want to play along, we do it all on Twitch because there's no like YouTube equivalent of it yet. We do appreciate all of our YouTube viewers. And now that we are done with the game show, you're more than free to switch back over to YouTube if that's your preferred streaming service. Thank you, Dredd, for playing along for all of this one. It was great to have you on it. Did we got anything else for general podcast stuff, or are we going to be ripping into some bonus content for our champion members?
I think we could rip into some Boko tonight, gang. It's been a hoot for 2 hours. The 5 run special on Lethal or Living was an absolute delight. But I have to call my partner and tell her we've lost the house. So it's not going good.
So yeah, Reese was doing some insider trading. Excellent work from him. I'll be wiring him a paycheck later. But big thank you to everyone for playing along. Thank you, Joe, for coming along to the podcast. For people that don't already know who you are, where can we find you on all the socials and things like that?
Was that to me?
Yeah,
Sorry.
that is to you.
That is to me.
Bro,
So,
it's
yeah.
brain fried after
I was like,
me.
I'm still trying to fathom, like, how can you throw that? But yeah, obviously, DigiDread, we're always on the mic, and you know how it is. Definitely follow me on YouTube. I'm just, once again, just a fellow content creator who just wants to be spreading the love of this amazing game. Honestly, it's helped me out a lot, especially coming out of COVID. So effectively, this kind of got me into playing Digimon, interacting with people, and helping with my anxiety that I developed because of being locked in the house for so long. So yeah, definitely follow me on that. Follow me on X as well, /Twitter. A lot of you guys already follow me, but yeah, definitely want to kind of grow more the community and just make sure that we are, you know, sharing our pulls, our thoughts, the spice, and everything nice.
Excellent.
Yo, DigiDread's a real, like an actual OG, like real ass UK Digi TCG guy. Like I said already on the episode, like I don't think I'd be like maybe I would have eventually gotten to the Gallantmon stuff, but I owed a lot of that first couple months of me going to locals to that deck list you made. So I appreciate the heck out of you coming on, man. This was my big bucket list for Misplay, was to finally get an episode we can get you. So I'm stoked, man. This has been a treat.
It's been a pleasure, honestly. It's been such a laugh. My throat is absolutely hurting because I've just been laughing so much.
Yeah, we briefed that one a little, huh?
Alrighty. And also, we're blessed with 2 guests this time. I think it's the first time we've had like 50-50 guests on this one. We might have that happen more often, especially if we end up recording in weird time zones to get Americans and Australians on the podcast. So Japanese people again.
My man's.
Sir.
Mr. Sticky Tricky.
Yeah. Well, do I have to do my things now?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not that. I'm not that. I don't do anything. Well, I mean, I do speedruns. If you like watching dog shit kart racers.
I do actually. Tell me.
Yeah. You can follow me on YouTube or subscribe to my YouTube channel, TommyNT on the Sticks. I haven't done anything recently because I recently bought a Guitar Hero controller and I'm kind of obsessed with Clone Hero. So, well, once I've started doing that, I'll maybe get back to speedrunning. You can follow me on Twitter at TrixerTrick2, but if your heart does not go out to the Twitter owner, I would understand if you don't want to follow me there.
We've all been there at the moment.
Yeah, you can also just find me on Andrew's channel because I, without tooting my own horn, get on stream quite often. Yeah, I'm kind of good at the game, guys.
Absolute mainstay. Honestly, like, boys rapping.
If you see Tom at a regional in the UK this year, give him his flowers. Again, highest placing British player at Utrecht, repping the scene. You know, we love our grassroots boys, and this is one of them.
Yes,
I got recognized off of the puppet control video at round 1. I think I told the story to you. I've not told it to DigiDread. But I was like, I sat down for round 1, and the guy next to me goes, his name's Ozzy. He goes, I recognize your voice from somewhere. I recognize it from a deck profile video. And I go, which one? The puppet control one. Yeah, that's me. That's me. Ruining the format once again.
We'll get another early morning train this year, Tom. It'll be great.
Hell yeah. Wipe the chicken cross the road, guys.
To go check security.
As for the general housekeeping, thank you to everybody who tuned in live to watch Misplay for Game. You guys typically find us live at youtube.com/KnTElixar and twitch.tv/KnTElixar. But if you didn't catch us live, check us out in the VODs there. Consider checking the podcast out on Spotify. We were top 15 in the world for video podcasts last year. We're exceptionally grateful for all of that. If you want to keep doing us a big favor, keep checking us out there because we've been sending some press info out about that. We love it. Consider being a YouTube channel member. The member button is basically right next to the subscribe button. Helps fund a ton of the stuff we do over on the KnTElixar channel more broadly. Like we mentioned earlier, there's some big projects that we're trying to get finished. Things like the podcast have required some work. We've been putting ourselves out there to try and do this more frequently with some real skin in the game. So the support, in any way you can contribute that support, be it financial or in other ways, like sharing the videos, distributing the links to your folks. If you have somebody that listens to podcasts when they go to sleep, let me and Andrew sing them a lovely lullaby. check us out on Apple Podcasts so we can justify using that platform a little longer.
I have learned some new stuff from Varney from DigiGuard United, so hopefully it will not be an additional render hellscape just to output to my least favorite platform. But yeah, we might muck around with RSS feeds this year to try and help my life be a little bit easier, be real podcast pros and all that. But Unshin Dios with the follow, thank you very much. Yeah, following us on Twitch gives you all of the mono coins that you can spend on the next game show that we play. But yeah, generally, big thank you to everyone who supports us. As always, follow us and like us on YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever. Can leave a rating, leave a good one, and let us know in the comments of this podcast on whatever you watch it on, or the Lethal or Living VOD, what your favorite round of Lethal or Living was. And
why it was round 5.
Yeah, I can tell you what mine wasn't on.
But yeah, we're gonna sign off the way we always do. We're gonna record some bonus content for our champion level members that'll be coming out hopefully overnight, and then in a month for the champions. So if you ever see some of these videos that drop at like 12:30 GMT, you're like, wow, this video did not age well. What the heck were they smoking? Well, a month ago we were really, really right, and then a month later we were maybe less right. In fact, actually, no, we were really right. The reprints video was a banger, and we were so on the money.
Yeah, but before the reprints video, there was that one where I was like, hey, if you're seeing this in a month, congrats on the banned Patamon. I took that one out back, huh?
Yeah, that did not. But,
oh, boy.
Yeah, we'll be doing some bonus content. We'll do something fun, probably Royal Knight related, considering the cast of gentlemen I have joining me. So, yeah, look forward to that. As always, thank you for watching the podcast live. If you watched it live, if you watched it not live, then thank you for your support anyway, and we will see you in the next one.
Baba Booey.
Baba Booey, baby. And there's no Marcio.